sports fans, and welcome to another edition of NDB Media's Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday morning quarterbacks on Saturday. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, hide your kiddies, hide your children. We are trolling the digital airwaves like no one else. Been on for 17 years, and we will continue the idiocy that is Sports Talk with the Guys, as well as the entire rest of the network. Good morning, and good morning. From Alaska to Maine, to Los Angeles, to Florida. We are live and around the world, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I know I mentioned 4 places in the United States, not the contiguous United States, but the United States nevertheless. Yes, the verbosity of Scorekeeper is shown forth already this morning. Good morning, one and all, and thank you for joining me. I am the Scorekeeper. If I didn't tell you that, and if you didn't know that, well, that's your fault, but we're going to get this program going. It is Sports Talk with the Guys. Today is April 26th. Wasn't expecting to return until May, but I am so happy as I begin charting the new course in this individual's life. I just got to get a hurry. Got to get a move on. Got to get going. Have things to do. But thank you for joining me as we're going to do our shtick this early in the morning. And we're just going and blowing, as they say here on NDB Media. So thank you for joining us, and we're going to get to it right now. As you know, we traditionally do some things as we go, what we call around the horn. And it is 58 degrees right now here in hell. It's cloudy. It did rain overnight as I woke up to concrete that was wet. It had absorbed moisture from the heavens. It is a sad day, I suppose, here in Southern California, but it is a glorious day nevertheless. If you wake up with me, we are breathing. We are inhaling that which life gives us, and that is absolutely awesome. I don't know why I'm going meta, and no, I'm not talking about that entity out of Harvard or whatever it is, but it is what it is, folks. We are who we are in this shared journey of life, and I thank you for joining me this early in the morning. It's going to get to a high of 56, so it's actually warmer now, right now, than it's going to be later in the day. It's going to be colder, 47 degrees overnight. Humidity is at 63%. Pressure is 29.95 inches and stable. Visibility, even at this hour, is at 10 miles. Sunrise will be in about a little less than 2 minutes at 6:06 a.m. Sunset at 7:31 p.m. The wind is heading out to the east with a slightly northerly tilt of 4 miles per hour. 45 degrees is the dew point. UV index, is 0 of 11. And the moon phase is a waning crescent. So as I move through, today is April 26th, and we'll get over the birthdays of the family. There have been quite a few birthdays. I want to give a shout out to Peter Marin. His birthday was on the 20th. I want to give a shout out to Michael Bednar, whose birthday was on the 22nd. Oh, better do this correctly then. Let me see. On, yes, Peter's was the 20th. Victoria, happy birthday, young lady. Yours was on the 21st. Ariel, my oldest, her birthday was on the 22nd, as well as the aforementioned Michael Bednar on the 23rd. I think I did have someone, but I didn't put him in my calendar for some reason. So I do apologize. Oh, Michael Day. Oh, my God. That was Michael Day's birthday. The man, the myth, the steward. And from time to time, yes, I am able to. I was going to say, yes, I can, but then I would be associated with her for the rest of all eternity. So, yes, I am able to. Good morning, Lethal Migraine. So, continuing, of course, the anniversary of my brother's birthday was Thursday on the 24th. Ida, her birthday's on the 25th. Michael Hinman from the former Sci-Fi Portal or Alpha Airlock Network was on the 25th. And I don't know. I'll have to check on Facebook and see if I have any others coming up. But on today's events and sports history, husband and wife team Ludovica and Walter Jacobson represented Finland in the winning the pair skating gold medal at the Antwerp Olympics. Ludovica is the only German-born athlete at the games at that time. Back in 1950, University of Miami ends William and Mary straight tennis match victories at 82. Wow, William and Mary, 82. Yeah, they're not doing that. Back in 1966, Red Auerbach retires as the Boston Celtics head coach. And in 1983, in the NFL draft, Stanford quarterback John Elway was the first pick by the Baltimore Colts. Not the Courts, but the Colts. You have to forgive me, I'm a bit out of practice. But hey, I'm thrilled to have my voice right now. Life is good in the hood. In 1989, Mike Tyson gets a speeding ticket for drag racing his Lamborghini in Albany, New York. The hell, dude. Back in 1990, Texas Rangers Nolan Ryan ties Bob Feller's record of pitching 12 one-hitters and a 1-0 win over Chicago White Sox at Arlington Stadium. And is that the scorekeeper? Sounds like him. Kind of looks like him too. But hey, until he proves it, I'm going to be skeptical. But we'll see. And on the anniversary of the event 2 days ago, Adrian Peterson got a DWI. We'll go over that in a little bit. Back in 1991, soccer star Diego Maradona was suspended for using cocaine, arrested in Argentina for possession and distribution of illegal narcotics. In 1992, Milwaukee St. Louis Cardinals Ozzie Smith steals his 500 base. Well, congratulations to him at the time. And finally, in 2015, at 35th London Marathon, Kenyan Eliud Kipchoge and Ethiopian Tigist Tufa win. And in 2023, Pelé was added to the dictionary. Excuse me, I have to cough there for a moment. Brazilian Portuguese language, Michaelis Dictionary adds Pelé as a new adjective to its online edition, meaning exceptional, incomparable, and unique. Yeah, okay, whatever. I believe it's lost its meaning, but that's okay. In the Telstra Premiership in National Rugby League, and Aisha, get in here, please. And, of course, I'm going to invite Lethal Migraine, but he's only going to demand that I pay him back for all the love lines and all the other programs that I haven't done for a while. Dude. Oh, my God. I'm going to have to. What's tonight? Tonight is Saturday? When was I doing Loveline? Was it Friday or Saturday night? Dude, I have a commitment today. I may have to do a Loveline. Dude, I'm going to Switzerland. Dude, Lethal. I was invited. The fairer sex, someone that I know, invited me to go with her to, I was going to say Loveline. Freudian slip. I've been invited to go to Switzerland with her. And I may be talking about that on Saturday night. I'm going. It's going to be at the end of summer. So on Monday, I have to go get my passport. But, dude, that's another topic for another day. But thank you. It is Saturday nights. I have a commitment tonight. I do want to return to Loveline. So I'm going to have to talk about that, folks. A lot of stuff in the programming. But I have to go get my passport on Monday. So I am trying to be less of an asshole than I was yesterday. Baby steps. Go after yourself. Oh, my first sip of coffee this morning. So, and I was thinking of you, Aisha, when I thought about it this morning. I was doing some searching, and the airfares are really not that expensive at the end of summer. So I'm jazzed about it. I actually have several trips already inaugurating my new life as I move forward into retirement. And wow, yeah, it's crazy. Morning, Matt. Good morning. Good morning, Tortuga. La Tortuga. Let's see. But should be every day. It's a world of miserably lonely people. Hey, just on the idea. I don't know for how long I'm going to go. Depends on how many, and I'm going to find out how good the train network is. Aisha, I'm going to be in Switzerland at the end of summer. I mean, wow. I wasn't expecting to be in Europe until maybe 2027 or 2028 the earliest, because I have everything plotted out in my life. So we'll see. Really? Are they're at 500? I find that hard to believe. Yeah, it is quite an accomplishment. But in National Rugby League, the land down under out there, New Zealand, in the Telstra Premiership Round 8, Broncos, this was on the 24th, Broncos 42, Bulldogs 18, Roosters 46, Dragons 18. On the 25th, the Warriors blasted the Knights 26-12. The Storm 24-16 over the Rabbitohs. The Cowboys, Aisha, earlier today, the Cowboys. I'm sorry, National Rugby League. 50, the Titans 18. Wow. Wow. Congratulations. Both you and I are basically making it official in 2025. Congratulations, young lady. I look forward to having a conversation with you moving forward. Earlier today, the Sea Eagles at home ripped the Panthers 26-10. And later today, in a meaningless game, the Raiders meet the Dolphins at 9 p.m. Pacific time. At 11:05 p.m., the West Tigers visit the Sharks. So that's a quick look at National Rugby League. In AVP 2025, upcoming events, Huntington Beach Open. So we'll see. Hopefully the big dog is going to be able to join us this morning. As you know, the big dog has not been very well as of late, but he is home, and I don't want to steal any of his thunder. Not that I would in any way whatsoever, nor am I competing with him and stealing thunder. It's an old joke between us. I'm looking forward to the big dog being able to join us. If someone wants to go ahead and send him a message right now, I suppose I will. I don't really want to. Well, you know what? Peter. Oop, got a message. Hey. Oh, my God. He sent me the link. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. All right. Yeah, he is watching. Oh, boy. Okay. How do I do this? Send the link. Okay. What's the quickest way? He sent it to me on his phone. Oh, all right. Well, Big Dog, if you are watching, I'm going to send it to you via Facebook right now. And yeah, he's watching. All right. Bear with me a moment, folks. I got to make sure to get this right. I'm out of practice here. So, and I was distracted by the AVP as well. So, Piotr. Hey. There he is. Whew, got scared there for a moment. Okay. Hopefully you're able to find it on Sports Talk with the. I'm sorry. On. Oh, but thank you for letting me know something. But thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, I've been in contact with the big dog, so it's really good. And you should have taken up the friend invite, Matt. His sister, or his daughter, is a very nice daughter, Kathy. She's really cool. We've done several programs together here for Harry Potter and a few other stuff over the years. Huntington Beach Open, May 10th through 11th, the Heritage event. May 23rd through May 24th, Palm Beach, Florida. June 6th through the 7th, San Diego. Miami, June 13th through the 14th. I may not be able to make the Miami event because I will be going to Las Vegas. June 15th through the 20th, I will be in Las Vegas. I already have my rooms booked. And wow, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world of Scorekeeper right now. So I'll have to make sure I get all the dates correct. But that's what's going on in AVP. Taking a look at the Chevron Championship for the LPGA. Right now, Yan Liu is -7. Lindy Duncan is tied for second with Sarah Schmezel, Maosalgo, Hugh Ju Kim, and they're all at -6. In the PGA, I actually don't know if there are any events going on in the PGA right now. There should be, but I don't know. Daughter, Denise? I don't recall. No. Could have been Cousin or something. Well, I'm sure the big dog will go ahead and clarify in just a moment. But right now, going on the PGA Professional Championship at Port St. Lucie, Florida. Right now, we have. Oh, that's starting tomorrow. I do apologize. Right now is the live NCCGA Spring National Championship. Halloween in the Hills in Florida, April 26th through 27th. That's going to begin. But the Chevron Championship is the one that's going on, and we kind of went over that very briefly, so I don't want to be overtly repetitive. In the NHL, last night, Montreal 63 over Washington. The New Jersey Devils 32 over Carolina. Edmonton over, I was going to say the Lakers, but it's the LA Kings 7-4. What a bunch of blockheads. In the NBA, last night, Orlando 95-93 over Boston. Boston leads the series 2-1, so Orlando is back in it. In Game 3, Milwaukee 117 over Indiana, 117-101. Yes, the draft. Yes, quite a bit of stuff going on, the NFL draft. We'll get to that in a bit as well. And Minnesota, 116-104 over the Los Angeles Lakers. Minnesota now leads the series 2-1. Later today, first game at 10 a.m. Pacific time, Cleveland visits Miami. In that series, Cleveland is up 2-0. And at 12:30 p.m. Pacific time, OKC visits Memphis. And OKC leads that series 3-0, so they're looking for a sweep. And Denver visits the Clippers. And that's at 3 p.m. Pacific time. Clippers are up 2-1. And at 5:30 p.m., the series is tied 1-1. Houston visits Golden State Warriors. So, IndyCar, 8 days, folks, to the Barber weekend. So that one's coming up May 4th at 1:30 p.m. Eastern time on Fox. 8 days forward and approximately 11 minutes before the event as of my real time right now. Mission Foods, NRA, Charlotte, North Carolina, tomorrow, April 25th through 27th. Speed Never Lies. The event is going on right now, followed by Chicago, Illinois, May 15th through the 18th. That's the NHRA Route 66 Nationals. And then May 30th through June 1st, Epping, New Hampshire, the NHRA New England. In Formula One, the latest events going on right now. Let's take a quick look at the schedule. We had Saudi Arabia that passed April 18th to the 20th. We'll go over the standings maybe a little bit later. That's code for I'm not. So, Miami 2025, the Formula One Crypto.com Miami Grand Prix 2025 is May 2nd through the 4th. Emilia Romagna 2025, May 16th through the 18th. And that is Formula One Tag Heuer Grand Prix de Monaco, May 23rd through 25th. So that's a quick look at Formula One. NASCAR, baby. Taking a quick look at the schedule for this weekend. It is Jack Links 500, Talladega Super Speedway in Talladega, Alabama. I didn't realize that it's a 35-degree tilt at Talladega. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Lethal Migraine says the Kings head coach effed up. Challenged ago that he shouldn't have, and it seemed to ruin the Kings' flow. It does from time to time. So, let me see. Sent via Facebook. Hopefully he gets that one. And if not, I'll see if I can log in separately and then get the email and do all that stuff. So, Talladega Speedway is tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, noon Pacific. And come on, Matt, get in here. Aisha, what are you doing? Get in here. Come on. I'm almost done with all my stuff anyway. So May 4th is the Worth 400 presented by Likui Moly, Texas Motor Speedway. When is my favorite race? No, not Pocono. Ooh, almost messed up there. The Toyota Save Mart is July 13th this year, so it has to go on my calendar. Toyota Save Mart at the Sonoma Speedway, July 13th. Woohoo! My favorite race for NASCAR. And I believe Formula One still races out there. NFL Draft begins in 1 hour, 38 minutes, and about 30 seconds mark. So it will continue while we're going live. You have not lived the NFL Draft until you've done one with Cuervo. So good morning to Cuervo as well. Hope he's doing well. I'm going to take a sip. Oh, hot chocolate, baby. Hot chocolate. That's all it is. It's quick. As a Nestle quick. That would just happen. In Major League Baseball, the events that happened last night on April 25th, Chicago shut out Philadelphia 4-0. The Nationals edged the Mets 5-4. Toronto doubled up on the Yankees 4-2. Kansas, America's AAA team, America's AAA, 2-0 over the Houston A-holes. The Gemelitos 11-4 over the Los Angeles Angels of Chavez Ravine. St. Louis 3-2 over Milwaukee. The Commies 8-7 over the Rockies. Tampa Bay shut out San Diego 1-0, and Atlanta blasted Arizona 8-2. Same score. Miami, well, no, not the same score. Miami doubled up on Seattle 8-4, which is really, really cool. The Athletics 6-5 over Chicago. That's the funny-looking kids beating up each other. I mean, come on, let's get real. Pittsburgh shut out Los Dodgers 3-0. Texas shut out San Francisco 2-0, and games that were postponed: Baltimore, Detroit, Boston, and Cleveland. No makeup information at this point. Thank you very much for sharing. 4 games today. There it is, folks. I'm going to leave that one on screen. Actually, I'm going to get back to that one in a moment. That's on the hockey. Well, let's go over it, and I'll go to the standings of Major League Baseball as we traditionally do at this time of year. Every Saturday, for posterity's sake, we always follow up on that. I have a brand new lamp here. It's still on, and then I have the other bright light that's here. So kind of strong. So, hey, hopefully I'm not blinded. So lots of changes happening right now. Let me see. I sent the message. Well, hopefully the big dog's able to join us, and we'll see. So 4 games today in the NHL. Tampa to Florida at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Florida is up 2-0. Vegas visits Minnesota at 1 p.m. Pacific. Thank you for that, Lethal Migraine. Minnesota's up 2-1. Toronto is at Ottawa at 4 p.m. Pacific. Toronto is looking to sweep the series. They're up 3-0. Dallas at Colorado at 6:30 p.m. Pacific. Dallas is up 2-1. Thank you, Lethal Migraine, for the update on the NHL playoffs as of right now. I think I did mention that, but thank you for a tighter update. In Major League Baseball standings as of this morning in the American League East, the New York Yankees are up 15-11, followed by the hated Red Sox, 1.5 back. Toronto's 2, Tampa Bay's 3, and Baltimore is 4. In the American League Central, you have the Detroit Tigers at 15-2, 600 winning percentage. The Guardians are half a game back. America's AAA team is 3. The Gemelitos are 5.5. The Black Sox are 9.5. Man, they're about to be eliminated. So just go figure. They're 6-20. They're doing oh so well, continuing on last year's illustrious campaign. I think they're way ahead of the number of wins already. No, they're 231. I think that they're worse off now. I find it most amusing. The thing I find most amusing is Dion's kid still isn't picked. Nobody seems all that interested in dealing with the kid with the massive ego. Yeah. That's tough. That's why I was never picked for the NFL draft. I have a massive ego. In the American League West, the Texas Rangers are 15-11, 577 winning percentage. The Mariners are 1 back. The A-holes are 1.5 back. The Athletics, 2 back, and the Los Angeles Angels of Chavez Ravine are 2.5 back. The New York Mets in the National League East are 18-8, 692 winning percentage, the best team in Major League Baseball right now. They're in their last 10, 7-3, and they've lost 1 in a row. I believe their run differential is the best at plus 35 right now, but we'll get into that in just a little bit. The Phillies are 5 back. Miami is 5.5. The Nationals are 6, and the Dan Schlossberg's Braves are 6.5 back, but they're 7-3 in their last 10. Yay, Dan! In the National League Central, Chicago Cubs. Damn, someone's gonna tell them. So mark the time, 6:25 to 6:26 a.m. Pacific time. Watch that time when I take a shot at one of our fellow co-hosts here on the NDB Media Network. The Cubs are 17-10 with the 630 winning percentage. I believe they're somewhere on it, but Lethal Migraines. Oh wait, Matt says I might go to the upcoming A's versus Giants game May 31st. I'm not sure. It's hard to look at the Giants site from the stupid phone. I hear you, Lethal, friend of Lethal, Speedy, the Tortuga. For me personally, baseball doesn't start until the Stanley Cups is raised. Looking at the American League standings, though, nobody seems to be very good. Nope. No, they are not. The Commies are 3.5 back from the Cubs. The Cerveceros are 4 back. The Cardinals are 5.5 back. And the Pirates are 6 back. In the National League West, the Padres are 17-9 with a 654 winning percentage. The hated ones are half a game back. Dodgers are 1 back. The Diamondbacks are 3. And the Rockies are 12.5. So looking at winning percentage, obviously the Mets are the best team in baseball at 18-8, followed by the Padres at 654. And then you have the hated ones at 630, as well as the Cubs at 630. Wow. So that rounds up the top 5 teams. And run differential, it's actually 47, the Cubs at plus 47. The Mets are plus 35. Then you have the Tigers at plus 30. Wow. Wow. Oh, no, the Commies are plus 32. Then you have the Reds at plus 30. So, not too bad. The Giants are looking good mainly from Matt Chapman. See what I did there? Yeah, you did. Yeah, I actually did. I did see that. And but your stupid phone, Matt, would have no issues looking at the oh my god, looking at a stupid phone. All hail the one who let me see, hold on a minute. What does it say? Not all original parts included or attached or a part of. Good. Okay, the voice is going. Good morning, Big. How you feeling?
What's up?
Dude, you lost a buttload of weight. Dude. You lost a lot of weight, dude.
Yeah, actually I didn't. I haven't lost anything.
You look thinner.
I just look different
in the trunk. Yeah, you're lighter.
How you doing?
I'm alive and well. Started off a week early.
That's about you're off a week early.
I would probably have returned in May to do sports talk with the guys, but couldn't wait. It's raining outside. Let's do it.
Is it? Not over here.
Actually, it's not raining. It rained overnight.
Oh, okay. It didn't come this far then. They didn't spit over here.
It spit over here. There was just enough stuff on the pavement to know that there had been water there. So how you feeling, dude?
I'm recovering. A little uncomfortable at times. Yeah. What's up, Matt? So I have no relatives. I have no relatives by the name of Denise. There is a Catherine.
Yeah.
A Melissa.
Yep.
A Janelle and an Annika. That's it.
Yeah, and I was like, no.
No.
I stopped at Melissa. I was like, Catherine, okay, don't embarrass yourself, dumbass. And I'm like, no, there are no others. Uh-oh, what's that?
Oxy.
Ooh. Damn,
Honey.
your doctor is nice to you.
I mean, it was the lowest. It's 5 milligrams, but it's still Oxy. And I
5
only took.
milligrams?
I only took. He gave me 12, and I think there's still 9 left or 8 left.
Wow.
1,
I
2,
do
3,
have to
4,
give a shout out to someone who watches us on LinkedIn that when they saw the post of today's program, I'm gonna have to get to it right now. I mean, we have received an incredible amount of love in the past from this individual, and I want to give him a shout out. Obviously, I can't find it at the moment, so I'm gonna have to go in there right now, and I'm gonna have to save this quote. But let me see. I'm going into my notifications. It was a beautiful comment that we received, and oh, I don't have to find it. Don't know where it is right now. Geez, I can't believe LinkedIn's got a lot of comments right now. Whew. I don't know. We'll see. Hey, I just heard a little click in there somewhere. Oh, well, I don't know what's going on. But I received the messaging app opened up in LinkedIn. So I heard the little click right there. So, well, it says mutual friend is Peter Gama. So, yeah, I don't know. Okay, I thought you said a family member, Matt. Not a mutual friend.
You did say family member.
Yeah, that's why I went down the litany.
I don't have a mutual friend named Denise. I mean, I know a Denise, but I know there's no way she knows you. So I don't know who you're talking about, Matt. Maybe it's someone trying to scam you, pretending to be me.
Could very well be. Wow.
The only Denise I know, and Roger will know the correlation, kind of, would be Eva's cousin's daughter. That's the only Denise I know.
Maybe.
That's the only Denise I know. But I mean, that's how distant it is. And she doesn't live here in LA or even California, excuse me. So.
Hey, Matt, click accept and see what happens.
Yeah,
if there are
Matt.
any links in there, click on the links. You never know what it'll take you.
Oh, God, no.
Don't click on anything there, Matt. Okay, there it is. There is a comment, which I'm not able to get to at the moment. But I did appreciate the comment. And, oh, my God, there I am live. From Remy Gogol. This was 3 days ago. Thank you. Remy, I appreciate it. Love this early energy. Caffeine drives that creativity too, doesn't it? Here's to lively debates over morning coffee. Remy, I appreciate that post on LinkedIn. It was actually 3 days ago. Thank you, Remy. And I know I am definitely mispronouncing your last name. So if you could send it to me phonetically, I'll get it right next time. But you have commented in the past, and I'm eternally grateful for you. So,
caffeine. I know not. I know not what you taste like anymore.
Is it gone completely?
For at least a month or so. I'm not allowed any carbonated drinks. No caffeine.
Plop,
I could have coffee as long as it's caffeine free.
Huh? So diet coffee?
Yeah. So right now I'm just stuck with juices, water, Powerade, that kind of stuff. No fatty foods.
So no one knows, ladies and gentlemen, the big dog had a part of him removed. That's why not original parts Big Dog now. Did you want to share with everyone, or no? We'll just move on.
I went in.
I apologize, folks.
I went a while ago.
His left ball was removed. I am so sorry.
They were so massive I could only handle one.
Actually, no. They could only handle one.
So So now they just parked the hair in the middle of the one, so it looks like two. You started, Raj. You know I can. You know it doesn't matter for me. I'll just keep going, and I don't embarrass. So
I'm not awake yet, so I didn't see it, and I was trying to work it through. I'm like, oh, for the love of God, stop! Aisha, get in here! Damn it!
I went in thinking I was having problems with lactose intolerance, but the pain wasn't in the right spot. So my pain was in the upper portion of my, like right where your chest ends and your stomach begins. And I didn't know what it was, and I just wasn't feeling it. But of course, Terco Mexico, Mexican that I am, I'll take some Tylenol, I'll take Pepto, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll be fine. And finally, both my daughters, or all my daughters, Dad, you have to go. Dad, you have. My daughter even left work, says, I'm coming, I'm gonna take you to the doctor. I finally gave in, and I finally gave in, and I was like, all right, fine. And I think Roger can attest to this one. Raj, when you're denying and denying, denying, and then finally you admit it to yourself that there is something wrong, your body then says, oh yeah, now I'm going to teach you something. And you start feeling everything. And you just start feeling it. So like within an hour, I was like, oh my God, I need to go to the doctor. So she got here, we went, they admitted me. They ran some tests, and next thing I know, I went to walk in, and they said, "No, you don't look good for walking. We're gonna send you straight to emergency. Emergency called me after a couple of tests. They're like, we're admitting you." So I was like, shit. So they ran a few tests, and they found out that I had I had gallstones. So they were gonna do a gallstone removal, and then go ahead.
No, that was the first issue.
Yeah, that was the first issue. And then after that, then they said, after further tests, they're like, well, it's kind of bad, so we're going to just remove your entire gallbladder. But your potassium is bad. And for someone who doesn't drink heavily, I barely drink at all, I also had cirrhosis. And I asked him how. My father was a heavy drinker. So I thought maybe it might be hereditary. And he said, no. He said, most likely it was because of bad eating my entire life.
Oh, said the Latin male.
Exactly. So they had to they took me on blood thinners, first of all, because I was on blood thinners for my stroke. And then, so I had to wait a few days. So we were going to do it originally on a Tuesday, not this past Tuesday, but the Tuesday before. And my numbers were coming down relatively well. So they said, you know what? Instead of waiting because they wanted to wait 3 to 5 days to get the blood thinners out of my system. In the meantime, they were pumping me full of solutions and volume to try and get my blood up, and also the infections and everything from the bad gallbladder. So he said, since the numbers are good, we're okay. We're going to do it on Thursday instead. I was like, fine. I just wanted it over with at that point. I'd already been in the hospital for like 4 days. So we waited till Thursday. We were waiting. And finally Thursday evening, they're like, okay, we're going to go. So they took me down, brought me in, and a couple hours later, luckily they were able to do laparoscopy, which is just the small incisions, rather than have to open me completely up. Because that was the worry. He said, if the cirrhosis is bad enough, because you're going to bleed excessively more than usual because of the cirrhosis. So he says, if it's really bad, he said, we'll have no choice but to open you up. So luckily for me, they didn't have to. So I just have 4 little slits on the right side of my body. And I have one like right over my belly button, which I found out just day before yesterday, that actually when he went in through my belly button, he noticed that I had a small hernia tear. So he went and repaired that also. So I had 2 surgeries. But he said luckily the hernia was less than 1 millimeter, and he could just sew it up. Otherwise, they would have had to put that mesh thing in.
Yeah.
So luckily, it wasn't a large one, so I didn't even know that one. But I'm on the mend. It hurts, still hurts a little bit. It hurts when I drive. I've driven a couple of times. I feel every bump in the road because he said literally what he had to do when he went in was move my liver all the way to the side so I can get to my gallbladder, remove the gallbladder, and then physically push my liver back into place. So my upper right quadrant is extremely sore inside.
Yeah, he literally had to do some house cleaning
Yeah,
and
exactly.
move some furniture around.
Yeah, so they removed the gallstones, removed the gallbladder. So I was on a all liquid diet for, see, I got out Thursday. I started it on Friday. They sent me home Friday too, by the way. Less than
Yeah.
24 hours. I was surprised on that one.
Modern
But I went the whole weekend with just liquid diet, and then Monday I started eating somewhat solid food. So
I want to give a shout out. I want to thank you, obviously through Kathy. I want to give a shout out because she let me know as you went in that very same day. So I was generally surprised that I was able to speak to you the day that you went in. So I don't know if it was surprising as this, but I know you had not seen that one. That's why I had to go
I
back.
had not.
Did you love my setup? Did you like?
I'm on whatever I'm on, but it's not the regular one, so I can't see my comments.
So
yeah, I saw that one.
It's Big Dog Monday to Friday, then Denise at the weekend, and apparently Matt did make the connection. He says, "Crap, I already sent her a friend request. Hope it's not a scam person." That's probably a person, but whether it's a scam, I don't know.
Are you sure the name is Denise and not something else?
Yeah. Matt, I want to see a picture of you in the chair live. Not some dumbass backdrop, nothing. I want I've been that detached. That's funny. It is damn funny. Aisha, where the hell are you? You look like Dusty Rhodes with that suit. Nice suit.
I'm wearing a Lady Death t-shirt. What are you talking about?
Yeah. And then La Tortuga says, yeah, we hate admitting that we guys were stupid. Like yeah, we will not go to the hospital for anything. And speaking of strokes, apparently Ken Urbeck and Tony Oliva had one recently.
Oh.
I had not seen that. I have been a bit busy. I do apologize. I finally got out and about this week, and I was doing a few things.
Matt has phone stolen? Wow.
Who the hell stole your phone, La Tortuga? I hope it wasn't that dumbass that showed up here saying that his phone was stolen.
No, I mean, I didn't even know Blueberry still worked. Blueberries for a dingleberry.
Blackberry.
Blackberry for a dingleberry.
In fact, I had to get rid of one of the caretakers. She stole hot dog buns I got from Costco. Really? Is this La Tortuga or someone?
Yeah, that's okay. I didn't know you had a character.
Are you using Chat GPT to create responses now? Because you're using the free version, apparently.
No, what it is he downloaded the wrong one, and it's the Mexican version, so it's Chavo GPT.
Oh, so it is Denise. You got suckered, homie. Ladies and gentlemen,
what are you eating? What are you eating? I'm gonna eat vicariously through you. What are you eating?
Well,
please tell me it's Mexican food. I can't have Mexican food anymore.
I was going to have something in the usual dickish mode that Scorekeeper is, because I've been accused of making every program that I do a food program. And then it dawned on me what I was going to have from a particular place on Mountain Avenue in Ontario near Holt. Taco. And, I have the burrito right there. So I was going to.
Well,
you show it on screen. I'm like, oh, dude, don't be a dick to him. Give it a week before you're a dick to the big dog.
Well, see, now when people talk about that, you make all the shows or all your episodes, you know, a food show. We'll say, well, that's why Brad Pitt and I are, you know, best buddies, because if you think about it, every movie that Brad Pitt is in, he's always eating something. Yeah. So there you go.
And speaking of RBF, I'm busy right now, and I will attempt to join as and when. Right now, I'm in bitch mode. Things ain't going well. I'm sorry, Aisha.
So I guess he's going to be done when the batteries die out. Okay, no problem.
I would never use chat. What? Holy crap. What did you say, Big Dog? Oh, we're going to get RBF live.
I said she would come on once the batteries run out. Since she's busy right now.
Wow. So forgive me, folks. I have a burrito from King Taco. It is falling apart on me.
Carne asada?
Yes.
Have you ever tried their carnitas burrito?
No, I've not. I'm very particular.
Their carnitas is actually very good. They make sure there's not fat on there, so it's just meat.
Good morning.
What's up?
Hold on. Who the hell are? Oh, Elway7. Good morning, Elway7. The big puppy.
Thank you for
recovery.
That.
Yes.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
It is.
I'm not ashamed to say I was extremely scared going in, because the doctor did say there was a 1 in 20 chance that I was not coming off that table. The surgeon I had, we liked and we didn't like because he was extremely blunt, told it as it was. And I think I appreciate that more than someone that would have danced around it.
Dude,
so
I told you the time that they started my treatment years ago, when we didn't know what it was. Dr. Cowan, I believe he has passed away, but he knew I had issues in the shoulder. We didn't know it was in my neck area, but he was starting a treatment plan. He says, well, I've got to find the trigger point in your shoulder, and we're going to give you a shot, whatever it was. I just remember it was a thick, gooey liquid that was very painful. But when he was on the far side of his exam room, writing his notes down, he said, "Doctor, is the shot going to hurt?" I have his gesture down. Yeah. You know, though, let me tell you, being straight up, there's a lot of good being straight up, because I knew it was going to hurt. There's nothing else. My shoulder hurt. It was killing me. And, oh my God. Oh, no, you didn't. I know it hurt just when if I get my mitts on you. Oh, she took a shot at you, dude. Oh my God, that is actually great. Matt Alvarez says, throw that burrito to me in NorCal. I'll catch it. Matt, looking so forward to you're able to make another visit again down here. I don't know if I'm going to be going to the Bay Area this year. Maybe due to some family issues, I might have to sneak up there, but I ain't driving anymore. I told you guys, when I took the family van, when Margarita's family stayed over and their van broke down, and it took about 2 to 3 months to get it fixed. When I finally drove it up back to them, I was like, don't worry, no, I'll drive it. And I said, it's great. I get to fly back. And when I flew back after driving, I was like, no, I'll never do that shite again. Next time we go see Speedy, Big Dog, we flying. We ain't driving, even though it's a lot of fun. Folks, I do want to welcome everyone who's watching us. Let's do a quick little round. Oh, all hands, battle stations. Or no, action stations. All hands, action stations. Hi, Aisha.
Good morning, and how is everyone here?
What's up, sexy girl?
Really? I know somebody who's living frickin' dangerously. He may be missing a few bits, but if I get my grubby little mitts on him, he'll be missing a few bloody more. Ain't it lucky I don't take offence? I might take the door, the window, but never your fence. You keep your fence.
That was good. I like that.
How are you doing today, Alicia?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing, my man?
Recovering. I made a mistake the other day, and it cost me. I was trying to fix something in the bed, and I kind of turned the wrong way, and I pulled something in that upper right quadrant that's extremely sore. So I paid for it the entire day. But it's hard to have to listen to your body. You know things you can do, and your body's just like, nope, 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 not yet.
Well, I hate to say this, but you better get used to it.
Oh, I know. It's a slow realization. It's a slow realization.
Exactly. I mean, I had a particular operation 20 years ago, and even now, today, I do certain things. No, my body turns around and says, "You can't do that anymore because you're missing certain bits. It don't play that way no more. You're going to be the same."
I know. The hardest part is. Go ahead.
No, go, Victor.
I was just gonna say the hardest part is adjusting to the new diet that I have to be on. Since I do not have a gallbladder. I mean, there is no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah.
My body cannot process high fat anymore because that's what the gallbladder is for. So.
And if you do have those foods, they stay with you. And
yes, I will pay for it.
Ask anyone who's had their gallbladder removed, and you can still have the food, but the price that would be paid is over days.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Unfortunately, my youngest had her gallbladder removed, and
I remember.
She well, that was a whole different issue altogether. But
yeah, that is true.
Yeah. And I remember all the support that we received. Folks, when Gmo was hospitalized for those 21 days, some of the longest, it was really one of the longest 21 days of my life.
Roger, was it only 21 days? It seemed so much longer because I was there for you.
I lived
almost every other day.
Yeah.
If not every day. And, the things Ronald McDonald House did for you guys was just incredible. So.
A seminary brother of mine, Joe Estrada, remembered that before she got sick, remember I was talking crap about the McDonald's right there in the 7th. Remember, how long does it take to get a strawberry sundae? Go to the freezer, bring it out, and get me a damn. I was so mad because we were on Eastern and the 710 and 10 freeway. Everyone knows that McDonald's, if you've been anywhere because it's higher up in that little valley right there, that crevasse. But I was talking crap, and then when I was at the Ronald McDonald House, as Big Dog said, Joe Estrada ever so politely and bluntly said, "You want to reconsider that McDonald's comment there?"
You're like, take your time.
Yep. We didn't go to McDonald's all that often, but because I didn't know that McDonald's donates an incredible amount of money to the Ronald McDonald House, as do many other people. I told you guys about my experience, how we didn't know what we were going to do. Because when Gmo, she was so far away. As you know, Margarita did not drive at the time. Well, she still doesn't drive. And we were screwed. We were really screwed. We didn't know what we were going to do. I wasn't worried about being away from work because I had so much time built up. I wasn't concerned about that. I didn't know where we were going to stay. I really didn't. And the morning of us, she went in overnight. And in the morning, I went to what they called the parents' room over at Long Beach Memorial. And they had a little flyer there, which I'm like, I went to see the nurse. I said, "What's this?" She goes, Mr. Noriega, your daughter's going for an MRI right now. Why don't you go with her, and I'll have you all set up when you get back. Came back. They said, go see Guy. That's the guy's name. the guy who ran it. Go see Guy at the Ronald McDonald House. They're expecting you. I went in there, and as you know, the rooms are, I think even then they were $35 a night or $45 a night, donation suggested. And they opened up the doors for us. And Ariel had a place to stay. Margarita and I were on 12-hour shifts staying with Gmo. That was the thing. And it was harder on her. I know it was, but we were able to be with our daughter because of the Ronald McDonald House. And Big Dog reminds me of that. And my additional story would be, I continue to go to McDonald's now just because of that, at least once a month. So, let me see. Let's see. Oh, I just saw your comment right now, Aisha. I'm back. I'm back a week early. So now I'm gonna have to talk to the team because unfortunately I am going to be traveling a lot in May and in June and in July as well. So I'm going to need someone to cover so that we continue the program.
I can cover, but I have to be put back on because when I went to Firefox to sign in through StreamYard, I know everything's gone. So we'll talk later.
Fair enough.
That's not a problem.
I've got to get the host to be back in, but I want to get back to doing this. Look, there's a lot of people watching. Folks, why don't you drop a quick little hi, hello. Let us know who you are and where you hail from. And don't forget to head on over to ndbmedia.net where you can find out everything that's happening on the network. Folks, I'm just absolutely 100% blown away by everyone who's coming to visit. And it's just absolutely phenomenal. And it blows me away that the model that I had envisioned is now coming to pass. I had always yapped about regular programming. So if we have regular programming, meaning something on every day, people tune in. And they tune in regularly and they keep coming back. And then even though it might not be the program they're watching, they're giving the other program a shot, and it's happening. I stopped looking at our downloads. I'm not interested anymore because I know they're skyrocketing, and I'm eternally grateful. So I'm eternally grateful at everyone and everything. So we're going to go ahead and continue. We're only well, anyway, I do give a shout out to the Ronald McDonald House. Again, Big Dog, I want to give a thank you to Kathy for letting me know what had happened. Because, as you know, Margarita was not well. She lost her spleen. They removed that. And she's having a hard time recovering from this one. That woman, she is a strong woman. I mean, she put up with me for 30 plus years. I mean, go figure. Well, actually 26. 26. That's when she pulled the ripcord at 26. So I can see it in her eyes. The fire is still there, but the body's like, as you said earlier, Big Dog, the body's like, dude, you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
So I'm glad she's on the mend as well. So we're 1 minute short of the first hour here on Sports Talk with the Guys. So, Anime Girl, would you tell us what in your tagline, what it says there?
Have a happy Saturday.
That's what it is? Happy
That's
Saturday.
all it says. Have a happy Saturday.
Dojo origato.
Well, there you go. See, you've been learning things.
No, I remember Mr. Roboto.
Yoshinoya chicken.
Oh, if I could get my hands over there, I'll go bust your wishbone, boy.
So anyway, I'm sorry to cut you off, Aisha. Yes, I am jazzed. I just got the news. So I am, as I mentioned early on the program, I am, other than Mexico, I'm finally going to do my first international trip. I am really excited. I'm probably going to have the details on a personal note. I am now going to Europe. It's going to be at the end of summer. I'm going to Switzerland. And I had no plans to go. None whatsoever. I wasn't going to Europe until maybe 27 or 2028. But someone asked me to go with them.
Sunny Switzerland.
And I said yes.
So Claudia asked you?
I'm sorry?
Claudia asked you to go with her?
No, not that one, but someone else. So she asked me to go with
I
her.
know why he's going to Switzerland.
Oh my God!
I know why he's going to Switzerland. He's going to Switzerland for the chocolate.
Hey, Patty, how's it going?
Hi, Patty. How are you? Folks, it is so funny because, as you know, we've been doing programming for a while now. And when Patty first showed up, people didn't realize that they thought that she was fake, that I was faking that. You guys know the story, right? A lot of idiots thought that I was writing her comments. I'm like, no, first of all, she's way too smart, much too sharp. And they thought I was faking it because I would fear Patty. I'm like, well, you don't know my cousin. She's very sharp-witted. And hola, primo. ¿Cómo estás, prima? Hey, it's good to see you this early in the morning. I hope you're doing well. I understand that you have not been well as of damn. There's a lot of that shit going on right now. So, prima, my sisters are watching the program as well. So hopefully they'll comment and say something. But Patty, I hope everything is going well with you right now, and it's really good. But like I said, I'm stunned. I didn't know I was going to be doing this. But yesterday I was asked, do I have a passport? And I said, no. That's usually what Homeland Security would ask. But no. She says, well, I want to go to Switzerland, and I'd like to know if you'd want to go with me. Yeah! I'm like, yes, for the love of God, yes. I will be talking about it on Loveline. Loveline will not be, it's not called Loveline, but that's what Lethal Migraine calls it.
Should be Loveless Line.
Elway 7, do you wish to comment on that?
She obviously knows you very well.
Oh, she knows how to get under my skin. My cousin, damn it. Of course she does.
I've noticed this.
Elway 7 is her favorite. All right, fair enough. Well, Merry Christmas to all of you and all that. So, like I said, I don't know when it's going to be exactly, but it's going to be at the end of summer. And I am jazzed. I'm looking forward to it because it does fit in my calendar. And Aisha, I still don't know how long we're going to be there. And in ¿Cuál pinche love life? No, I have none. But I may now.
Well, that's why I was saying, Pat. That's why I was saying, Patty, should be called Loveless Line.
Loveless Line. Yeah, that's right. So it will not be on this Saturday because I have a commitment. I'm going to be visiting with the Knights of Columbus in El Monte today. One of my classmates has an event, and he's not feeling well.
Going down to El Monte.
El Monte. That's right, El Monte. I hadn't done that one in a while, big dog.
That's for all the that El Monte is for all the pochos out there.
That's right, and it's just west of Longo Toyota. So for those of you that know, it's the largest Toyota dealership in Southern California, or probably in the United States. I don't know, but I don't know why I'm giving play to Longo Toyota. But anyway, that's right where it is. So I'm going to be there Saturday today. I'm going to be helping them out. There's a quinceañera or something. And just going to be there giving them moral support, I suppose. But I am jazzed. Like I said, Aisha, when I find out how many days I'm there, I understand that they're connected to the TGV, or at least the European Rail Network.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see
railways out there.
I want to see how many hours. It's at least a day, I would imagine, by a train or less.
Depends on which service you get, but it'll take you, I should imagine, from Switzerland to take you a good 8 hours.
How many hours?
Should take you probably 8 hours.
I can do an 8-hour train trip, no problem.
I mean, it depends which way. I mean, if you go via Austria or Germany, it depends which way you go through, see?
Don't care. I understand that she wants to visit Cologne, the 700-year-old cathedral that's there.
Oh,
At
Cologne.
which point
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not going to have any
Germany.
rings before then.
Yeah, cool. That's Germany.
I was going to tell her it's a little early to have some rings, isn't it? But that'd probably be bad taste. So anyway.
You want to be careful. They have a very nice large cathedral there.
Thank God you said cathedral. Because otherwise I was like, no, I'm bailing. So
yeah, it's a very large cathedral in Cologne, actually. There's a few pictures actually from the war where it actually shows you the cathedral.
The cathedral survived the war, which really surprised me.
Yeah.
And it's that one. It's the 700-year-old one that she wants to go to, which I'm like, well, are we going to Switzerland or where are we going? But we are going to go to Switzerland. And I'm just jazzed.
So are you going straight to Switzerland and coming back via Germany, or are you going to go to Germany
I have
and then
no idea.
on to Switzerland?
I'm the hanger-on this one. Whatever she wants to do, I'm doing. So
well, you want to be careful because you might end up in France going to Notre Dame, then into Germany to Cologne,
no.
and then onwards to Switzerland.
It's Switzerland. She was already talking about taking multiple trips. Like, whoa! Not a racehorse, woman. Calm down. I'm just kidding.
Don't forget Europe. It's kind of like a mini USA. Only it doesn't take as long to get from one side to the other.
Yes, but
I mean, I know we have slow trains in Europe and Britain, but they're not that damn slow, you know.
Yeah, but anyway.
It's like the old Texas joke, you know, get on Saturday, get off next Saturday. Yeah, we get slow ones as well. Only ours go somewhere, not in a big bloody circle.
Wow. Some hostility there towards the United States. Oh, there it is. There it is. Elway7, you are my super duper favorite as well. Lots of love. Yeah, okay, there you go, prima.
What's this?
Oh, shit. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that compliment. That compliment.
The sisters having a loving? Yuck.
No, actually, they're cousins. So we're all cousins.
No, same meat, different gravy. Still yuck. It's family.
Same meat, different gravy? I had not heard that one before. No, that's all good. So...
she knows I'm only taking the proverbial.
Exactly, and we're just having a good time. We haven't been on air for a little bit, folks, but I do want to say that no matter what, ever since Red versus Blue went off air, NDB Media has the two longest running, and I don't want to hear it, Lethal Migraine, the two longest running programs on the internet now, and that is, of course, Sports Talk with the Guys and Monday Night in America. They're the two longest at 17 plus years. Someone had the nerve to tell me, well, Joe Rogan has been on since 2009, at which point I said, Toma, puto, I've been on 2008. I just noticed that there are three of you in the panel. I was wondering where that voice was coming from.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must have been standing sideways. You didn't see me.
If you only do one episode a quarter, I'm not sure you qualify. Well, that's not exactly true, young man. You know, I did take the month of late March. Actually, for what happened on a personal level, I took March off and I took April off. Folks, you guys already know what happened. I wanted to hide. That's really what it was. And I did. I wanted to hide. And I think I've gotten past that and we're all good. So, loved by the cousins. Mm-hmm. So, everyone, if you guys don't mind, give us a shout out. Let us know who you are and where you hail from. Aisha, what part
you
of the
like
world
that
you
one,
from?
Peter?
What was that?
You like that one in Peter, did you?
Yeah, I like the last two. Actually, the first one you sent me also. I just put the laughing emoji. I forgot.
Yeah. I thought you might like that second one. That sort of, you know, it simplifies me and thee together at the moment. You know, I don't know about Roger, but it could be, you know, it's definitely you and me.
Well, fair enough. You never know, but she keeps threatening you there, big dog. But folks, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. The NFL draft will resume in about 49 minutes. a little over. Of course, we have the NHL playoffs, as Lethal Migraine was able to give us some enlightenment on the standings. And in the NBA, Big Dog, you go through a traumatic life experience. And then what happens? Your Lakers are down 2-1.
Yeah, I was really afraid on this game that they were going to not come out strong. They came out strong, but the only problem is Luka was fighting a stomach virus the entire game. I guess he got sick before about something he ate or something or other. He was very dismal in his shooting. I think he only had like maybe 12 or 14 points, if that. But LeBron luckily stepped up and kept it a close game. Unfortunately, Lakers just didn't have they need 3 scorers. And unfortunately, in the playoffs, the bench has been abysmal for us. They have been producing hardly any points whatsoever. So and you can't just do it with LeBron and Austin Reeves or the first 2 games as it was pretty much Luka and Austin Reeves. LeBron had only contributed, I think the first game he had 15 points or 18 points. And I think he only had either 18 or 20 in the second game. So LeBron isn't scoring like he has been before. Everyone knows, you can't beat Father Time. Unfortunately, though, sometimes Father Time decides to rear his head at the wrong time. And he's rearing his head at the wrong time for the Lakers. But in other news, as you stated earlier, the Memphis Grizzlies are down 3-0 after an epic comeback in Game 3 where the Thunder were down by, I believe it was 22 in maybe the third quarter. And they monstered their way back, and they ended up beating the Grizzlies. But in that game, their star player of the Grizzlies, Ja Morant, had his actually was in the second quarter. I think that he went up for a real big dunk or a rebound. I can't remember what it was. And in the jostle for the rebound, as he was up in the air, the opposing team, one of the guys fell forward and actually cut Ja's feet out from under him.
I saw that play.
And he literally landed on his hip and back. He was able to walk off but didn't come back, and now has been ruled out of Game 4. So they're done. The Grizzlies are done.
I see he was their only team lost as well, Big Dog.
I'm sorry?
I said I see your favorite team lost.
Yeah, that was the only redeeming value is that Celtics lost, and now they're crying about the loss.
Oh, yeah, 2 points, 93-95. That was the score, wasn't it?
Yeah, but they're still bitching about it. Take the loss. It's a loss. Move on. Yeah. But anyways, John Moran is out, like I said, and also Jimmy Butler in today's game is going to be a game time decision, as he was also undercut or overcut. I forgot how it was. With John Morant, he was cut from behind, so Morant fell backwards. Whereas Jimmy Butler, someone cut his legs out from in front, and he fell forward. So he landed on his hip and stomach chest area, and he was very badly limping as he walked off the floor and was taken to the back, and he never came back for the game. So he will be a game time decision today.
Let me interrupt for a moment, Big Dog.
Yes,
an accusation was laid on the table. I'm told, tell the truth. That's why I took a month off. Preparation H moments.
Oh, that's for you. Okay.
Yeah, she said your hemorrhoids were flared. First of all, thank God for as much time as I actually do sit. No. And I hope never to have hemorrhoids. But
see, Patty, that's why Roger and I are best friends, because I went over and I popped him for him, and that's why he came back on.
Why is it all I can see in my brain is this little hemorrhoid with long hair and flared jeans?
No, the funny thing was what Lethal Migraine said earlier, dude. When when we were bullshitting about his one ball, that was a good line, Lethal. I mean, dude, the testicle comb over sounds like a good time. That one was funny, I have to admit. I have no comment on the preparation age. I'm just hungry. I'm gonna finish this King Taco burrito because
You're going to eat a burrito in front of a man that's just lost his gallbladder. Have you no sympathy?
I wasn't, but when he himself said, "Yeah, I kind of want one," also, I said I wasn't going to be. That's right, I did say I wasn't going to be a dick. Baby steps.
That's mental cruelty. You should be ashamed of yourself.
So while you're eating that burrito, contemplate the question: is the NFL not retaliating? That's not the right word.
No.
Is the NFL showing Shedeur Sanders and all the other players to either act this way or going to act this way, saying we're not going to take this anymore? Now you're going to suffer because you're now he's down into the third round now, where everybody predicted him to be a top 10 pick, possibly even be the number 1 pick. And he fell the entire first round. He fell the entire second round. Now, I know he's got these credentials, but my whole thing was it's a secondary tier school.
Right. It's Denver, right? Or Colorado.
Colorado, yeah. It's not a tier 1 school up there with, the big boys. So,
but the numbers that he did.
Yes, the numbers that he did do are unreal. But he, of course, came in with the attitude, and of course, being the son of Deion Sanders, and Deion has been very, very vocal, with his son, and also saying that he wants to be a coach on whatever team Shedeur gets drafted to. And as we all know, during his playing career, Deion was not exactly a quiet person on the sidelines. So, do you think the NFL or the maybe not the NFL itself, but the owners all kind of got together and were like, you know what, we don't need this BS. We want a guy that's going to listen to what we have to say.
I think they want a guy that doesn't have the ego that he has. And when you have a team like the Raiders saying this guy will fit in perfect with us, and then dad says, nope, doesn't want to play there, he'll sit out. It's like, dude, they're just talking about what the hell's the matter with you? And everything else Big Dog said, I'm adding to it a little bit by I don't know, Big Dog, if it's a cumulative thing that they actually got together and said they're not going to, but the actions themselves have led them there. When you have something that's bad, that, it's just, hey, what are you going to do? It's just like, you don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
So it remains to be seen now when we get another player from, look, if he wants to be a coach, good for him, but he signed a long-term deal with Colorado. He's not going anywhere.
Buyout. Not how those work.
No. Just because dad says he wants to be a coach, sorry, you're in our system now. So if it's going to be that much that dad has to be there, yeah, I don't think they want the package deal. Deion
I think
was an exciting player. Sorry, Big Dog.
No.
Exciting player. He was a two-way player. I know that has lost meaning in today's generation. It means something else now. But a two-way player meant you could play two different sports. And Deion athletically was exciting in both sports. Yep. I think he made the right choice in sticking to football. But Neon Deion did have a mouth on him even back then. And I think people are slowly remembering. Neon is good at what he does. He's developing talent. But the situation with his son, Big Dog, I don't think anyone wants to deal with it. And if it is a deal, yeah, they don't want it.
I think a lot of this in football reminds these owners and coaches of the ball situation with the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where you have a very talented young kid ready to come in, but you have this obnoxious father making demands and wanting this and wanting that, and oh, he's not going here, he's not going there, and they saw the circus that LA became because of LeVar Ball. Excuse me, my voice is going on the way, and I think a lot of those owners and coaches are like, I don't want to go through that. I have enough to worry about the other, 100 and whatever people, players that are going to try and make this team, to whittle it down to the 52 or whatever I think 52 on the team. Forgot what the team is. You don't need the added pressure of hearing, the father, so they just don't want to deal with it.
And unfortunately, a lot of people do listen to Neon Dion.
Yeah.
And, you just don't want to deal with it. That's really what it is. So,
because now there's a lot.
Big Dog, I didn't think it was the way, but yeah, I have
a lot of the so-called experts, as we love to call them. No,
we've never called ourselves experts.
Oh. No. They're saying
what an expert is, don't you?
They say there's an extreme chance that
engineer on steroids.
No, X is something that has been in a spurts of drip under pressure. So he's an X drip that's under pressure. Who cares? Move on.
But the so-called experts are now saying there's probably a 50-50 chance. It's that great that Shedeur might not even be drafted, period. That he will go undrafted. And that's pretty incredible. I mean, you can say undrafted in basketball because there's only 2 rounds. And, it doesn't mean as much. It's a shock, but it doesn't mean. But to go undrafted in the NFL when there's 7 rounds, that's a big shocker. Especially with this kid who is talented. He just has all the luggage that no one wants to deal with.
His numbers are too good. And I appreciate what Lethal Migraine said, that Colorado got whooped by every good team they played. Clearly, he isn't good enough. That too. It's the numbers. You have to delve deep into the numbers. How many wins did he have? You can throw 400 yards in a losing effort. It's very easy to do that once you're losing 38-3. To prevent defense, you can get a lot of yards. Anyway, that's an exaggeration. The kid is talented. There's no doubt, but he is not at a Division I school. So Saunders can go play for the NFL Europe or USFL or XFL, whatever irrelevant league still exists. Stud Muffin is here. Good morning. What are you trying to tell me, Matt?
The Studley Muffin is here?
Did someone overtake you?
Well, it's not hard when you're called El Tortuga.
Oh, that's right. That was a lame ass setup.
Well, I thought he was radio silent because he was getting that AI picture ready to send to you.
Come on, Speedy. We need a picture of you sitting on the chair somewhere real life. Not a headshot like this that shows your eyes and a painting in the background and the top of the chair. Chair's nice, dude. But
so in other words, get a booster seat.
Now, you have been challenged. La Tortuga. So, hey, is Tony going to join us? Probably not. He's probably working. The week I decided to go back on air is the week that
he said he was gonna. I can't. We messaged back and forth yesterday. He is starting a new career. He says he's not getting any younger, so he wanted something that wasn't as physically stressful on him. And he starts very soon. That will give him weekends off. So he may be joining us a lot more. So.
Ow, damn it. I should have done that.
You shouldn't have done that. I saw it as soon as you did it.
So I get to abuse the dodo every weekend and during the football season?
Yes, you may be able to abuse him on a weekly basis now.
Folks, let me make the first official announcement. I got to steal it from Aisha. Ladies and gentlemen, we're already going to be starting NFL football, and it will be the first week in September. So it'll be September 6th where we will start picking. Well, no, it's actually going to be. Oh, wait a minute. September 1st it's a Monday this year on the 1st. Ooh. That means the NFL will open up on the 4th. On Thursday. Ooh. Interesting. So
the last weekend in August, we got to do some picking in.
I think we're going to start picking. Well, yeah. We'll see, but yeah, August 30th will be the start of the NFL prognosticating again. Guys, what an incredible year it was last year of the prognosticators here on Sports Talk with the Guys. The vast majority, actually everyone finished at 500 and above.
Yes.
That is a first. And second, the vast majority were over, 55 or 60%? Do you remember?
Blue Jays and Yankees postponed due to weather.
Oh, thank you. Do you remember what it was, Big Dog? If the vast majority of us were at 60% or at 55%?
I believe the vast majority of us were 54.3%
and above,
or better, and that was, I think, 9 of the 12 of us. Or 11 of the 15. I forgot. We went 15 4, 8, 12. Yeah, we were at 15 this year. So I think 12 of the 15 were 54.3 or better.
That was impressive. I was the lucky one this year. But guess what? That's done. New year coming, baby. No one gives a crap about last year.
Tony does.
Hey, that's all right. Tony.
Oh, you'll get to fight now. You'll get to fight with them on a weekly basis. Your war will continue.
Which has been lost to history. At which Tony will say, "No, it hasn't, Scorekeeper. I know exactly why this war started." In my mind, it's been lost to history. So, folks, just want to give a quick shout out. We're going to be asking people starting today to please join us for the picks. Guys, it's fun. It's competitive. And boy, does it get nasty. We all want to win. We all want to win. There's no doubt about it. So who came in second? Was it Aisha? You came in second, didn't you, Aisha?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. There have been some incredible stories, folks, here in the last 4 years. And it's been a lot of fun. Like I said, I lucked out this year. I'm never going to forget the week 13. 3 of us went 16-0. I cannot imagine what it was like for everyone else having gone. 5 other people went 14-2. Jesus Christ, man. I mean, come on. 14-2 is a phenomenal week. And you guys went 14-2 and still lost 2 games that week. Yep. Oh, my God. That was crazy. Oh, wait. Lethal Migraine says, take that back. I don't care if I win it at all. Next season, my picks get even lazier. That's funny. Even Lethal Migraine with his lazy picks did very well. Let's see. Lethal Migraine says Matt's athletics could always use more talent. Maybe Dion taught his kid how to play some baseball. I didn't see that earlier. That's good. So, Speedy, what were you talking about when you said Stud Muffin is here? Where was?
I don't know. Probably the same person that that's probably what Denise told him to say.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Now we have firepower now. Whenever he says something, Denise must have told him that.
or your free chat GPT. That was funny. All right, folks. 7:31 a.m. here on Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday Morning Quarterbacks on Saturday. I am going to ask. I messed up this morning. I forgot. I relinquished command for the moment. The officer of the deck will be Anime Girl, but Big Dog has the con. It was 7. Yeah, so what's your point? When, where, why, how, when?
Yeah, but Matt, we know who Stud Muffin is.
Where was he?
Where was he?
Yeah. Please clarify. Anyway, I have to get my pharmaceuticals. I left them inside. Big Dog, you have the con. Anime Girl is the OOD. I'll be back.
And there he goes into the wild blue yonder. Yes, you look pretty. Oh, don't forget the alcohol. You're lucky you can't hear me.
So how are you doing today?
Pardon? Who said greetings?
Oh, I didn't. I don't have access to comments. Oh, there we go.
You don't have access to comments?
Well, I can't see them. I have to actually switch, and then then I can't see you guys. Comments. Let's see.
Comment. Okay. The last comment I got was, on this list is that one there.
Yeah, that's the same one I have. I'm looking at them now.
That's the last one I got.
Yeah, I have no idea.
No.
Who knows? Matt's seeing things again.
Oh, well, never mind. Never mind. Yeah, I was just trying to find the final results from last year. And it was scorekeeper, me, and then you.
Yeah.
So that was it. That was week 18 results. So there we go. And let's have a think. Yeah. Down as far as Lukey's was 50%. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 below 50. Only 6 below 50%. All the rest. Lukey's was 50% straight. And then it was the Lean Green Dream Machine on 68.8. Then Philly was the same. Almighty, he was only 56. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, he had a couple of bad weeks.
And NorCal Girl was 50%. Gig was 68.8. You were 56.3. I was.
Yeah, that week 18, I swung for the fences on week 18. It didn't happen.
Yeah, I was 62.5, and the jammy one with more jam than Hartley's was 68.8. That was in the final week, so we didn't do too bad, really.
No, we all did great.
Yeah.
Yeah, our numbers would have been overall a lot higher, but you weren't the only one that swung for the fences. Tony did as well. And I think Gridiron Girl also went for the fences. So your losses in the last week or two were because of that.
Yep.
Yeah, I had a bad start. I didn't even get going till.
Well, I remember you. Yeah. Yeah, you didn't start buckling down till like week 4 or 5.
Yeah, something like that. I know. Up before then, I was just sinking below the waves.
Yeah, I was mad after week 3. Like I said, I was beside myself, and I started reading more, and I started doing more analysis, raw analysis, and that's what helped me to get back into it, because I think I went 12-4 the first week, and then I went 7-9 or 8-8, and then 8-8 or 7-9, I forget. I was angry beyond belief, and I had to change what I was doing.
That's because when you went that 7-9, you were like, I can't just pick them out of my ass anymore. I actually have to do some work. God damn it. All right, I'm going to win this shit now.
You add everything up until you got to win this now. It was all true. I can't pick them out of my ass anymore. I was genuinely angry at the end of the 3rd week. I was just pissed.
So have you been happy with the Raiders picks so far?
Actually, I haven't had a chance to. I've been a bad boy. I've been out and about.
No, you're living your life. What you need to do.
You know, folks, I don't know when the realization hit. I don't think it was in April. It was sometime in March when I realized I'm going to retire. I struggled with the whole idea of retiring early. It's not an issue of money. It's not an issue. It is, and I apologize for the gardener back next door. It's wondering, number one, if you're making the right decision, and 2, it's about value. Will you still provide the same value for your family? What will I do? Being the breadwinner, yes, but when you're retired, it's not the same anymore. So I think I did struggle through that a little bit, but I am fortunate that I'm going to retire 10 years ahead of my peers. Actually, 11 years ahead of my peers. I just turned 56. So I am really happy that I'm going to be able, basically on my terms. So.
Yeah, well, I had a slight contretemps at work, and I sat and looked at what was going on, and I thought, well, you're 69 this year. What the hell are you playing around for? And I thought, you know what? Sod it. So in June, I put 6 months notice in, and in December, I walk out the door and I say, tatty bye-bye to the wonderful world of work.
So we will be spending a lot more time on air.
You never know. So? She might be traveling, all of Tokyo now that she's on, no commitments to work anymore.
Well, here's the deal. If she goes to Tokyo, I would look forward to meeting her there now. I could never make that commitment before. I will be able to do that now.
I've been told actually by my compatriots at work that I should go.
Oh, of course you should. Actually, you should go back, right?
Well, I'll go back to the Far East, but then go to Japan for the first time.
Oh.
I was in Hong Kong the first time in the Far East. Hong Kong, Singapore. I never actually got to the land of the rising sun. I got as far as the land of the rising rice paddy fields, but that was it, It was close.
Said the
Mark Sator was in charge,
Wow.
With his little red book, shouting and swearing at all the little white guys on the other side of the fence.
Yeah, Speedy, we're all going to be dead and gone by the time you retire. I still think that you're going to need a parental permission slip to retire. Yeah, Joe got old. Anyway.
I want to know when Big Dog's going to retire.
What? What, from NTV Media? Never. He and I are going down together. Sorry.
Better than you saying we're going down with each other or something like that. Who knows?
The orange orangutan is making it so nobody can afford to retire. Well,
Yeah, that's
nobody likes a quitter. What the hell do you mean nobody likes a quitter? My leaving is going to open up 3 positions.
I thought he said no one likes a spitter, but okay, never mind.
Oh,
I know the demented pigeon's causing trouble over there, but I mean, going to Switzerland's a little bit far, don't you think? I mean, you may as well go to Australia.
I don't know. Look, when she travels, she usually goes for 2 weeks. That's why I'm really excited about it. I mean, Switzerland is only so big. I mean, come on, And wait, I would never say I don't like a spitter. I'm a fan of Roberto Alomar. Oh, dude. Oh, jeez. That's funny. That's going back a ways.
See, now that I'm thinking about it, Anime Girl, I think there's another reason Roger's scorekeeper just using it as a cover. So since he's retiring, I think all those taxes that he's been doing, he may be funneling somewhere to Switzerland, since he's going to Switzerland now all of a sudden, out of nowhere, to this person that we not know of, but he's going to Switzerland. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's amazing all those weird and wonderful bank accounts they have out there. I mean, that's where all the big dons go. From the part of the company. You all know he's going over there to rob it all.
Roger's trying to think of how he wants to go. He has about 4 tangents right now going, which way shall I take it? Which way shall I take it? I can see it in his eyes.
The only problem is, by the time he gets there, we've all moved on and we forgot about it.
And there's quite a bit of truth in that. All I can say is that
guilty.
Rather creative.
Remember those scenes from Wolf of Wall Street?
Oh God,
he's going to Switzerland.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm sure. Yes, I will admit, I am very.
Be careful now. The FBI watches this.
Oh, there's a lot more.
The IRS.
I found out there's a lot more than the FBI. Well, I told you guys that joke when that idiot called me at work. He says, "Is this Roger Noriega?" Yes. You and everyone else wants to get a hold of me right now. What? Oh, well, I'm Agent so-and-so from the IRS, and we audited the last 4 years of your return, and you owe us $8,000. And if you don't pay us right now, we're going to have you arrested by the municipal authorities. The municipal authorities? Hold on a minute. Well, I'm in Downey right now, so do you mean Downey Police? Or are you talking about the LA Sheriffs? Because they're like right next to me, either ones. Should I just turn myself in? I mean, who's going to arrest me? Is it Downey Police or the LA County Sheriffs? At which point the guy's, the municipal authorities. I'm like, you dumbass. All right, let's get back to the whole thing in question. Now, you said what? You audited me for the last 4 years and you only found 8,000? Bullshit. It's not the IRS. A lot of people got mad when I said that on Facebook. I said, wait a minute, you're from the IRS and you audited me and you only found 8,000? Bullshit. Oh my God. I remember that one. I know Big Dog got a kick out of it back then too.
I remember that.
So many people got mad at me on Facebook for that.
Or what you could have told the guy too was, you only found $8,000? You're not very good at your job, are you?
Well, that would have, okay. Yeah. The other one was when I got another call. I said, I am a treasury agent, blah, 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 from this and this. Are you so? Oh my God, dude, my ID is blah, 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 blah. I'm right next to you. The guy hung up. You know how the scammers get your name and they try to get you? Oh, man. That was the funniest one. I'm like, dude, I'm blah, 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 blah. I think I'm right next to you. That was hilarious. Oh my God, I love messing with those people. And when other people get the scam calls, I'm like, oh, let me take the call. But then, you shouldn't answer them because what the technology is doing is when these numbers are calling you, is if you answer, that's all they want. Because that signifies that it's a valid, open, phone that they can take advantage of. If you don't answer, it could mean the phone is disconnected or you didn't answer, so it's not worth their time. So if you ever get a number that you don't recognize, you don't answer it. But I have unfinished business. I've had a lot of procedures done in the last few months. I have a few more coming. I'm planning, man. I'm getting the hell out of here. I have no business to be here anymore. I want to go. Guys, I'm actually, Aisha, Montenegro. Did you know right now the country of Montenegro is offering immediate residency to anyone that can prove that they have earnings of $1,000 a month. That's it. And within 5 years, you can put in for permanent residency in Montenegro, where rents average $350 to $500 a month.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know in Japan there are certain prefectures that are actually offering free houses to those that can support the house.
Yeah, but then you have the whole other issue of Japan is tougher when it comes to residency.
Yeah, that is true. They are very strict on certain things in residency. You have to support yourself. You have to be able to support the house. And, well, you being an American, you should be okay because you're used to paying for things like medical care and dental care and everything else because they do the same over there.
I need a little clarity. Are you telling me that I should go for the Pope position? Because I'm overqualified based on your comment. Any idiot can become Pope. That would be me. So I just want a little bit of clarity. Big Dog should do a YouTube scammer. He'd piss them all off. Scorekeeper and Big Dog scare scammers. Dude, is that ChatGPT?
Oh, probably. No, remember, it's Chavo GPT.
Chavo GPT. The FBI can kiss my ass, says Lethal Migraine. They are incompetent and can't do anything without a warrant. I'm not scared of those clowns. Well, apparently they can do everything without a warrant based on what we've been watching. So we'll see. So, all right. Oh, wait, what? Next week is going to be a fun week here. Apparently I'm getting a new toilet. They're taking out the carpet and bringing in flooring. And at some point I'm getting a new fridge too. It is Chavo GPT. Good for you, Speedy. But are you going to get a new chair?
He's got a new chair.
I haven't seen proof of that.
He bought it from IKEA.
Come on, Speedy. Take a picture of yourself in your chair. Full body shot. Come on, Speedy. However you want to be dressed. That's your thing.
To make sure you have clothes on, though. Please.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it shouldn't be that hard. I mean, a couple of tea leaves.
I don't expect it to be hard.
That's what she said.
Yeah. A couple of tea leaves will cover everything,
I wouldn't know.
Oh, dear.
God, we're being mean. All right, folks. In the NFL draft, we're already starting day 3, which will be the final day. And there's already been quite a bit of there really, as I understand from the NFL draft this year, there really weren't very many surprises on the picks other than the aforementioned one that Big Dog had spoken of a few moments ago. Dion's son.
Shadir.
I'm sorry?
Shadir. Shadir, however he says it.
Yes. And we apologize, folks, if we get it wrong. I don't know if we actually care, but.
So there's 7 rounds. So they're going to do the next. So what they televise the next 2 rounds, and then after that it's just whatever.
Well, I think they're going to get the last ones in right now, today, because I don't think they do Sunday. It's just 3 days.
So the next 4 rounds. No, there's 7 rounds.
Oh, okay, yeah. What they do is, remember, folks, it's about 15 minutes for each pick on Thursday night, and then as each successive day, they cut down the time that you need to do the next picks.
Okay, so they're starting actually round 4 today. They've done the first 3 rounds.
Right.
So the first pick in the 4th round is pick number 103.
Wow.
And now we'll go to the Tennessee Titans whenever it starts. Raiders have 2 picks in the 4th round. No picks in the 5th round. 1, 2, 3 picks in the 6th round, and one more and 1 pick in the 7th round. So 3, 4. So look at the Raiders have a chance to get about 7 more players.
Yeah.
And the Raiders have not picked a quarterback at all in any of the rounds so far because, of course, we signed Geno Smith to be our savior.
Yeah. Today, folks, it's going to go from 9 a.m. Central Time, which is about 7 to 8 minutes away, to 6 p.m. This is the day that they're going to go through pretty much everything, and it's done. Because if I'm not mistaken, it's 5 minutes per pick.
That's for the first couple of rounds.
No, right now it's 5 minutes per pick. The first
What's
round
the first
is
round?
15 minutes.
Is it that long? Wow.
Yeah. That's why it can take a little while. That's why it normally just goes for I believe it's just the first round. And
Yeah, the first round is first day, yeah.
It's second and third round, and then now you have 4 through 7.
Okay.
But as I said, there's less and less time as you move on. So I want to give a quick shout out, thank you, to Gridiron Girl. Appreciate that. Maybe Gridiron Girl will bring her sweet behind and join us here on the program, as opposed to just clicking like. I also want to give a shout out to someone by the name of Aisha Kerr and Piotr Gema. So I think we have the commies listening to us. So hopefully she will go ahead and join them. Oh, wait. I call him Shaw Nepotism. That's pretty good. I like it.
So, Scorekeeper, what is the problem with Devin Williams?
He is not throwing as hard as he was. And I don't know. He had blew a lead 2 nights ago. The Yankees were up 2-1, and he gave it up again. I don't know how many blown saves he has, but he has at least 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
but then I guess as hard.
I guess he blew a game last night.
Oh, it was yesterday then, not the night before.
He says he struggled fly blowing a save, getting booed off the mound by the Yankee Stadium crowd.
Of course. Hey, dude, you're getting paid millions. If you win, they will love you. They will salute you. They will proselytize themselves for you. There's another word. They will do everything. Oh, I didn't see this, Matt. My old teacher and his wife have been living in Hawaii for the last 6 years. They get to walk in the mall and always warm there. Have you ever been to Hawaii? No, I've not been to Hawaii. Last year, I wanted to go to Hawaii for 3 days and then fly north back up to Alaska. But there was some illness in the family and I was not able to go. So, Alaska Airlines flies from Oahu to Fairbanks, and it's a 6-hour trip. And I wanted to fly it because it's over the North Pacific. And even though it's not the same, I wanted to do an homage to June of 1942 when those pilots had to fly, but they flew with open cockpits. And they did it for 3 hours each way. And anyone who knows a little bit of history knows what I'm talking about. So I wanted to do a tiny homage to being out over the ocean because I'm afraid. I'm unable to swim, and I'm afraid of heights. And the ultimate thing for me would be to fly over the empty ocean for 6 hours.
With your cock out, pit out. Sorry.
I don't know. I hadn't thought about that, but I was going to be in my chair. So yes, Alaska bought Hawaii Airlines. I assume it got a lot cheaper to fly Hawaii after that purchase. Well, let me tell you, Alaska's got great rates, guys. They do. And when I go next month to New Jersey, I'm going to be flying Alaska again. I thought it was so amusing going to Washington, D.C. and flying in on Alaska. I just thought it's kind of funny. You know, it's one of those things. Guys, I like Alaska Airlines. They're roomier than most now.
They're one of the top. They're one of the top airlines.
Yeah, and they
them
give
and
you a little bit more room.
Qantas is supposed to be. I think Qantas is usually number one.
And Big Dog knows
they're up
why.
there.
Yeah, Big Dog knows why I fly Alaska, because when you go to their website, what you see is what you get. The price, everything's already included. There's no segment fees. There's no additional taxes that are tacked on after. What they have advertised is what you're going to pay. I love that.
And of course, scorekeeper always upgrades to the captain's lounge.
Oh, I had the lounge 1 year, which was great. Let me tell you. And they're part of the One Alliance, so they don't have a lounge. You get to go into the other lounge. And when I was in Washington, D.C., I was able to access the Admiral's lounge, from American Airlines. Oh my God. It's another world, man. It was another world. And, I was humbled that I had access to the lounge, because that's when, the significant other at the time was hospitalized. The longest day of my life. I was up all night trying to get back. And I'm making my flight back from Washington, D.C., and I left Michael's home early because he was so kind to open up his home to me when I was there in the nation's capital. And I didn't even want to wake him up. It turns out that he had woken up early too, expecting me to wake, and he wasn't feeling very well that day, so he was gonna take me to the airport. I'm like, no, dude, I'll go to the subway station. And I guess his thinking was, well, it's cold. Oh God, it was cold. It was like 24 degrees, okay? And shut up, Lito. I don't want to hear it. Cold. That shorts weather. Well, I walked out at 4 o'clock. I left the house at 4 a.m. I didn't realize that the metro station opened at 5:30.
Oh, damn.
Damn. So I was out in the cold and the wind for a while, but it was all right. And I took the subway into downtown, transferred over to the other one, then went to Reagan National. Let me tell you, I hate Washington, D.C. Their metro system works. Actually, I hate everyone. I hate Seattle because their metro system works. I hate Portland because their metro system works. Ugh. Anyway, so I'm already a little tired because I've been up for well over 24 hours. And I show up at the Admiral's Lounge and like, hi, I'm with Alaska. I think I might have access. Oh, let me see your ticket, sir. I showed him my ticket. Oh, no. I said, let us see your card. I gave him my card. Oh, we need to see your ticket. Of course, dumbass. Dumbass. But I gave it to him. They're like, sir, over to the right. Go ahead. Past the conference lounges and everything and get in there. Dude, this is an airport lounge. There were 12 different types of eggs there. I'm like, holy crap. I'm like, is this a Vegas buffet? Oh my God. They had everything. It was nice. It really was. Good morning, Gridiron Girl. Are you going to join us?
What's up, Gig?
Hello, Gig. How are we?
So come on, put on those Raider chonies and get on the show.
And Gridiron Girl, once again, officially, publicly, everyone here in the family is saddened by your loss. I know we've not been able to tell you on air. Everyone has spoken to you personally. But as you know, and maybe don't know, Gridiron Girl did lose one of her furry little children. And she
Wheezy,
had...
correct? Wheezy, I
yes.
believe, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
So you. No, because I'm
I
Roofy.
think it was... Yeah, I think it was Roofy.
Was it Roofy?
We'll
I
see.
thought it was Wheezy.
All
Okay.
right, she'll tell us in a moment. Sorry, young lady. We should know this already. I guess it was me, Wheezy. Damn. Well, anyway. Yeah, I guess it was me. So, come on, Gridiron Girl. Get off your sweet little arse and get in here. So, Anime Girl.
No, it was Roofy. It was Roofy.
I thought it was you. Yeah, sorry. Anime Girl, how did your Dallas team do in the draft?
As well as it did in the regular season.
Yeah. Why don't you go forth and multiply, as they say over here?
Why don't you go forth and multiply? I like that. I like that. I have to ask Gridiron Girl, because when I spoke to her man last week, he had a great line, and I need to ask him for it again. Instead of saying he was going to go out and think about it or analyze it, I think he was going to like Elka something. And I was like, oh, that's creative. I like it. So I have to ask him for that again. Maybe Gridiron Girl knows the phrase I referred to. Anyway, he's a nice guy, Gridiron Girl. Should have invited him on the program. What, have we all gone quiet already? What's the deal?
No, I'm checking on what you asked me about, actually, about the Cowboys in picking.
Matt says, have you ever flown with the Virgin America? I had lots of room on that plane. Well, I have
Because
flown
it's
with...
strictly for virgins.
Yeah. Airplane and virgins, dude. That's...
Hello, he's gone. Where's he gone?
I guess he hit the wrong button. Maybe he forgot to pay the bill.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. What did you
Forget
do?
to pay the bill real quick or what?
I hit the wrong button on my mouse. It was one of these buttons on the side. Yes, I have. This is the mouse that I have. I know it is a gaming mouse, and it has two primary buttons here. It has the roller ball and another button here, and then it has two more on the left side. So
Yeah. Surprised you don't go wireless or Bluetooth on it.
Oh,
But okay.
dear.
what the hell does that mean, woman? What does that mean? Seriously, you actually talked to him? What does that mean?
She's surprised that you know of him and that you talk to him.
Talk to him. What are you trying to play the innocent hurt soul right now? You asked me to. I did. We had a conversation. Get in here, damn it. Aisha came in. You should too. Matt, get in here. Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway, guys, come on join us. Come on, man. We're having a great morning right here on Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday Morning Quarterbacks. It is 8:04 a.m. Don't forget to visit the NDB Media Network. Check out everything that's going on the network. There's a lot of programming, folks, and we're very happy to it. Look, the dating and relationships program will not return till next Saturday, and Monday Night in America will not return this Monday, but it will return to the Monday in May. So Monday Night America will return on Cinco del Mayo. AO. So yeah, we're going to do that. So in honor of the big dog, okay, Genie asks the big dog, you get one wish, but there are 3 rules. No wishing for death, no falling in love, and no bringing back dead people. So Big Dog says, I wish envelopes would moan when you lick them. Genie, there are 4 rules.
Holy shit.
Oh my God. All right. That was actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I love the line about the lick of is good. And it's a genie. Oh, there are 4 rules now, dumbass. I'm glad you guys liked that one. That one was good. Okay.
All right, here you go.
Okay.
On hearing that her grandfather had just passed away, Katie went to her grandparents' house to visit her 95-year-old grandmother and comfort her. When she asked how her grandfather died, her grandmother said, he had a heart attack while we were making love on Sunday morning. Horrified, Katie told the grandmother that 2 people nearly 100 years old having sex would surely ask for trouble. Grandmother says, oh no, my dear. Many years ago, realizing our advanced age, we figured out the best time to do it was when the church bells would start to ring. It was a nice rhythm. Nice and slow and even. Nothing too strenuous. Simply in on the ding and out on the dong. She paused and wiped a tear away and continued, and if that damn ice cream truck hadn't come along, he'd still be alive today.
Aisha?
What?
Do you have a joke?
What?
Okay, this is another one that I have for you guys because I hadn't been here for a bit. This one's a bit and it's a visual one too, so I'm gonna have to do this correctly. A blonde calls a neighbor and says, please come over and help me. I have a killer jigsaw puzzle and I can't figure out how to get started. Her neighbor asks, what is it supposed to be when it's finished? The blonde says, according to the picture on the box, it's a rooster. Her neighbor decides to go over and help with the puzzle. She lets him in and shows him where she has a puzzle spread all over the table. He studies the pieces for a moment, then looks at the box, then turns to her and says, first of all, no matter what we do, we're not going to be able to assemble these pieces into anything resembling a rooster. He takes her hand and says, secondly, I want you to relax. Let's have a nice cup of tea. And then he said with a deep sigh, let's put all the cornflakes back in the box. Because look at what it says on the bottom. 300 pieces puzzle included.
Oh, God.
Roger keeps failing me. The shows I actually want never happen. Welcome to Roger 2025, retired. Actually, yeah. I've been a bad boy. I'm sorry. It's not every day I have a gun drawn on me, for God's sakes. So, I apologize. So hopefully you guys did like that one. I have one for you, Aisha.
Go on then.
How do New Zealanders find sheep in tall grass? How do New Zealanders find sheep in tall grass?
Oh, this has got to have something to do with go on then.
Big Dog, how do New Zealanders find sheep in tall grass?
I have no idea.
Irresistible.
I had a feeling it had something to do with that, but I was trying to figure out what the punchline was.
Yeah. It's LA. If
Why,
you don't have a gun drawn on you, you're doing
okay.
something wrong. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Aisha.
Yeah. Why can't you hear a pterodactyl in the bathroom?
Why?
Why?
Because the P is silent, just like my humor.
Oh, that's cool. I like it.
I like that.
I do. Hey, folks.
What's brown and sticky?
After my gallbladder surgery, you don't want to ask me that question.
Yeah.
Lethal migraine.
A stick. It just don't ask me what I stuck it to.
Oh, that would be lethal migraine. All right, folks. I do want to talk about something in Major League Baseball that has been happening. And I'm really surprised that the announcers themselves got it wrong. and this happened to the Yankees within the last week. The lefty free agent, Fried, was throwing a no-hitter in the game, and it all had to do with the play that was in the fourth inning. The ball was hit to Goldschmidt, and the ball went off the heel of his glove and went to his right towards the second baseman. And the runner, who was a very fast runner, if you look at it, whatever, it was ruled an error. Okay. I thought it should have been ruled a hit, but it doesn't matter. It was ruled an error. And then later on in the game, as the bottom of the seventh opened up, the announcers, Mr. K in particular, very famous Mr. K from the East Coast out there in New York, a 1 showed up under the hit column. And he started to go off and say, yep, folks, you're not seeing something incorrect. We had a no-hitter through 6 innings, and we haven't even started the 7th, and we now have a hit. Apparently, the scorekeeper, not me, but one of the ones that hold my name, had looked at the play again and had made the decision that, in fact, it was a hit and not an error. And Michael Kay and all the other Yankee announcers and people were like, that's uncalled for. You should have. That you can't do that. You can never do that. It changes the results of the game. Changing your decision on a score changes the results of the game, dumbass. But they were going off saying, nope, you have to make the determination right there. It's got to be done right then and there. And I was genuinely surprised because Big Dog knows this because I've said it before. As a matter of fact, I even used this argument when the pitcher Galarraga had the perfect game stolen from him.
Yep.
And it folks, it's in the rules. These Yankee announcers, which I am now find them boringly stupid, not just stupid, but boringly stupid. And I might meet them in March or in May, so I better shut up. Anyway, they went ahead and they said, oh, no, you can't do that. You have to make the decision there right then and there. Well, anyone who knows just a smattering of baseball knows that the scorekeeper has 24 hours from the end of the game to turn in his paperwork with the final announcement. They can make corrections to the score because they are
the scorekeeper.
Very good. And under the rules of baseball, they have 24 hours to turn in the final sheet to Major League Baseball with any annotations, corrections, whatever, as per the rules in Major League Baseball. It amazes me that these morons, because they are in fact morons, didn't know that rule.
I would say they knew the rule, but they didn't want their no-hitter taken away from their guy because it still would have been a no-hitter with an error because he has not technically allowed a hit. And since they said error, he could still have his no-hitter even though there's a guy on base. So they were just pissed because they probably knew it was a hit and thought they got away with it, or the team got away with it. And then we realized after, the scorekeeper, who was actually the one who makes, the final decision, said, you know what? That was a tough hit. So you know what? I am going to give it a hit. It should not have been an error on that player.
I want to add to that if you listen to the play-by-play when it actually happened, I don't know if the Yankees have 4 people or 3 people in the booth, but it was the color commentator saying, that's a hit. That was a hit. And then they say, it's being ruled an error. So for them to then take that attitude later, yes, it does suck in a way, but the score, I'm not the only one. Please, don't tell me that the almighty scorekeeper isn't the one that knows that rule, that the scorekeeper has 24 hours to turn that in. And I made that claim. I made the claim on the Galarraga thing. They said, you cannot appeal. I said, God damn it, yes, you can appeal. You can appeal it. They said, well, that's a judgment call. God, where's Easton? Anyway, this is how you appeal the Galarraga misplay but the window's closed. You have to appeal. Why do you protest a game? Because of a bad call or your interpretation, the ump interpreting the rule incorrectly. So much so you're saying, hey, you know what? You got it wrong. I am officially protesting this game. That's what should have been immediately. It should have been logged as an official protest that you interpreted the rule incorrectly. That's what I would have done then. That's what I would do now. You protested. And the scorekeeper could have gone back later and said, oh, that was ruled a hit? No. In my opinion, that was ruled an error. Fuck it. Who cares? It could have been done that way too, and the no-hitter would have remained intact.
Yeah.
I know it opens up a floodgate of stuff, but if you already trust the scorekeeper to make the right decision, fine. But my argument back then was when the news broke and the manager, whoever he was for the Tigers, I forget the idiot's name at the time, says, well, there's nothing we can do about it. Yes, you can. You protest the call. You actually have to make the argument and say, the umpire got the call wrong because he didn't understand the play or his interpretation of the rule. People are like, well, that's a little flimsy, but yet you get to take it to baseball and you force them to make the decision.
Billy Martin would have known.
It back. I'm sorry. Oh, God, yes. Billy Martin, Knox. The Angels manager, remember him? That was not Chuck Knox. That was what?
Not Sosha.
I don't know if Sosha would have, but the Gene Mock.
Gene Mock,
yes. He would have known that rule.
I was also thinking maybe the old Pirates manager back in the day.
Yes. Lasorda may have known that rule.
Maybe.
Gene Mock, definitely.
Yes.
Billy Martin, definitely. Ladies and gentlemen, Billy Martin was the guy that got George Brett, and he followed the rules. So, oh, well, that, F you. F you. Why do you have the rules to begin with? So anyway, I'm taking the stand.
They're just a suggestion, scorekeeper. They're not there to follow. They're just a suggestion.
So anyway, we've had too much caffeine right now. See, this is the big dog and scorekeeper. This is what we've done for 17 years. Granted, we do get on each other's nerves from time to time, but both he and I have dodged death shots in the last year. Our whole attitude has changed. What happened in Major League Baseball was really stupid of what these guys were even talking about. The scorekeeper has 24 hours to turn in a score sheet with any final notations, comments, adjustments, whatever. And the Yankee announcers are boneheads. I'm sorry that you don't know the rules. Ignorance is no excuse of the law. I want order! And that would probably frighten a few Star Trek fans by me quoting that line. But it's all right. I don't have any bananas, oranges in my apartment currently. What am I peeling?
The skin off your forehead.
I was going to say Manuela. Who did that one? Today I asked my phone, Siri, why am I still single? And it activated the front camera. No, that was Aisha. All right. That was Aisha putting that one. Okay. My husband left a note on the fridge that said, this isn't working. I'm not sure what he's talking about. I opened the fridge door and it's working fine. All right. I like it. I like it. Lethal, what are you peeling? You're peeling Manuela right now, right? You're peeling it back. So, what are you peeling, Lethal? Tell us. So, folks, I'm sorry. It is really sad when you have baseball players,
peeling an apple,
or very good. And you guys don't know the rules, and then you get all mad because your ignorance is showing forth. Guys, read the damn rules. It's very simple. Read the rules. It's very clear. And for them to go off and say, oh, that has to be resolved right then and there. Well, you know what? Major League Baseball says you got 24 hours to make the decisions. So actually, no hitters and perfect games are not official until Scorekeeper says it is. Peel an apple? Aren't all the nutrients there? That's interesting. I think it is.
He could be peeling an apple, peeling potatoes, peeling a
The other
grape.
day, my girlfriend asked me to pass her lipstick, but I actually passed her a glue stick. She still isn't talking to me. Actually, that might not be bad. So
That person must be in heaven.
yeah. That's pretty good. So, Big Dog, what are we going to do for July 1st this year on Barry Bonds Day? Bobby Bonilla Day.
We'll celebrate with Bobby. He's got only about 10 years left?
Dude, I think it's in 2035. Yeah.
Damn. You know what? If that guy isn't his agent still, I would still send that guy at least a gift. I send that guy at least a gift basket every single year.
Everyone is being paid from that deal still. Remember we had that conversation and we were talking about it, and I know when the agent, they heard the conversation and the accountant was there and said, let's see what we get. Tell them defer it, but 8% interest. Go for it. Anyone who's in the financial field knows what 8% is, okay, folks? And yes, I'm going to get some dumb morons. Oh, no, it's more. No, 8 is the magic number. Seriously. I've told you guys, if you can get 8% on anything, you realize that you double your money in about 8 to 9 years. Cut it out, man. 8% is the magic number. Let me see. What do you call an inexpensive circumcision? Anime girl wants to know. What do you call
a cheap date?
A ripoff? Ouch. Ow. Okay, I understand that. Lethal migraine. Here we go. You see, they're saying another number. In realistic stuff, if you can get 8%, that's impressive. 12% does double your money in 4 years. That is correct. So,
but the chances of you getting 12% is right now slim and none.
Elway 7 says Pete would have known that rule. Pete Rose? Which rule, Alma? The one about the appealing the stuff?
Yeah,
Alma?
but the thing was, Rose, he would decide.
No, that's Elma.
I'm sorry, Alma. Alma. The difference is though, he would have tried to enforce it had he not bet on that. So had he bet on the game, then he wouldn't have cared. But had he not bet on the game, then he would have enforced the rule.
Alma, it's very hard not to be a Pete Rose fan when you look at what he did. It's just
on or off the field.
Okay, well, yeah. Alma, I don't understand. You're sticking to this. I said in 1999, 2000, Pete Rose was probably going to make the Hall of Fame, but then some other things started to happen as well. So I'm saddened by it for Pete Rose, but you can go to hell, dude. 9.
Wow.
9.
999 27.
Very good. I like that. So it's just sad with what happened. But Alma, he accepted a lifetime ban. He accepted it with the understanding that he could apply within the first year, yes. But he accepted a lot. Who the hell is going to accept a lifetime ban? Oh, well, I can apply in a year.
And Pete Rose would be, if I were to advocate for allowing a person into the Hall of Fame more than once, Pete Rose would be the poster child for that advocacy. Because as I've always said, what Pete Rose did, and I do not like the guy. I didn't like him when he was a player. It's just my personal preference. But what he did, but what he did on the field was undeniable. Pete Rose, the player, belongs in the Hall of Fame. Pete Rose, the manager, deserves that lifetime ban for what he did. And I've always advocated, and I never understood why Major League Baseball, and I've had this conversation for years and years and years with Scorekeeper. Why don't they separate the two? And for whatever reason, Major League Baseball doesn't. Basketball does. You can go in as a player, you can go in as a coach, you can go in as a executive / advisor. That is why Jerry West is in there 3 different times. One as a player, one as an executive, and one for what he did for the entire NBA. You know, and each one is deservedly so. So, you know, if you would advocate for something like that, Pete Rose would be a great reason. Say, hey, look what he did on the field, but because of what he did as a manager, that's what's keeping this incredible player, one of the most incredible players of all time, out of the Hall of Fame, because of what he did as a non-player.
Look, baseball has a history, an ugly history with gambling. Baseball was almost gone in the early 20s because of it. Baseball, not unlike Star Trek, has the prime directive. The prime directive in Star Trek is non-interference. In baseball is thou shall not gamble. Shut up when it comes to, oh, well, if they can bet on their stuff. Look, you want to play baseball? Don't gamble. You want to play baseball? Don't gamble. Okay? Now, the actual rule is you cannot bet on anything baseball related. Okay? So, okay, well, I'll bet on everything else. You know, oh, come on. Look, he bet on baseball. When you enter every clubhouse, it's at the very top of the clubhouse. Do not gamble on baseball. It's everywhere. It's in your contracts. Do not gamble on baseball. Everyone talks about it. Do not gamble on baseball. It's a prime directive. Everyone knows it. He chose to thumb his nose at the rules. And whether it's, well, I bet on my team to win. And all the words that go with it. And that hurt a lot.
That was a good slap.
Yeah. Guys, why do we have the rules then? It's simple. Pete Rose chose to do something that he was told not to do. He'd agreed not to do it, and he still did it. Everyone said, oh, well, they didn't get bullshit. He admitted to betting on baseball. It doesn't matter if it was the Reds or if it was the Yankees or if it was Los Dodgers. No betting on it. Where's Easton? God. I was watching when Pete Rose was going for 41.92, just like everyone else.
Yeah, I remember that.
Eric Schau, San Diego. Actually, was he at San Diego? Yeah, I think he was at San. Was it San Diego or Cincinnati? Oh, no, I don't remember.
No, I think it. I
think
know.
it
I
was
think it was on the
September
road.
12th. It was,
I think it was on
so
the
it
road.
was San Diego, Jack Murphy Stadium. I think it was September 12th when he broke that record. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Everything Big Dog said about what he is. He should be in the Hall of Fame. Baseball has one simple rule. Don't bet on baseball. And he snubbed his nose. Said, I am Pete Rose. I'm going to do what I want. Okay. It's all right. And I know a lot of people are ridiculing me now, and they're saying that I'm full of it. You know, Merry Christmas. I already got my evaluation, so you guys can go blow yourselves. Point is, it's simple. Now, we've had the conversations, folks, that I told you I threw a lot of pitches in high school. But folks, I'm telling the truth when I say I was the 9th man on our 8-man pitching staff. I really was. I was on the pitching staff. I'm in the yearbook pictures. I'm there. And you can see all the pictures we had. All those guys threw hard. They had curveballs that could break off a table. They were good. I was a sidearm powder puff pitcher that would come in, that it would eat up innings. I told you, I got into more games as a pinch runner and as an outfielder than I did as an actual pitcher. I was lucky to be on that team because I never threw very hard. I threw a screwball, I threw a curveball, I threw a sinker ball, I threw a fork ball. There was 1 or 2 other pitches that I threw. And
did you say screwball?
Yeah, that was my out pitch. Yeah, the screwball. See, I'm still throwing it. You know, I throw it off the fingers. Here's the baseball. I've told everyone how I threw my screwball. I know it's probably not clear, but the placement of my fingers are here, and my ring finger is underneath the seam. See it right there? So what I'm doing is I'm spinning it up in that way. So when I throw the pitch, I'm throwing it like that. So, oops. So that's what I'm doing. My fingers are up here on this seam, and my ring finger is here. So when I deliver the pitch, I'm pushing it up, giving it that fading away from a right-hander. So on my curveball, it was almost the exact opposite. My fingers are in the same spot, but my index or my ring finger is sitting here on this. And I'm flicking it down. That's my curveball, which goes this way. My screwball went that way. Well, actually, it went like that. And my curveball went that way. So, okay, look. Alma, I'm going to react to you the exact same way that I'm going to react to everyone when they use a pejorative as this. Your boy. That's like saying your president. Do you realize how weak that accusation is? You realize you're coming with nothing by using that pejorative. Your boy. Your boy, the Dodger, who will not name him and his translator, did what he did. I don't understand what you're trying to tell me by that guy. I believe he cheated. I talked about it. We got into a very harsh argument here because of the culture. Guys, I understand the culture very well. And my argument was very simply, the Japanese culture is thankful for life, for its wealth, and everything around them. Those are the three pillars of the Japanese culture. Okay. And the riches that if someone receives is paramount. And for him to say that he wasn't paying attention to how much he had, that is an insult to the Japanese culture, the psyche, everything. And I'm not asking for commentary. I'm not asking for anyone else to answer me. So in my mind, he insulted the entire Japanese culture by saying, well, I am Japan's favorite boy, but yet I don't place value on my earned richness. Get out of here, dude. You just insulted the Japanese culture. Now, I'm simplifying it as best I can right now. Do I believe I believe that he is, if he in fact did not know that he was being, that goes against the culture of the Japanese male. Okay, son of a bitch. Four pillars. 4 pillars. Okay. And so my argument that day was, you're denying what you are. The ethos of what it is to be Japanese. That was my whole thing. Now, the big dog went ahead and said, well, pop queens. And I was like, F you, big dog. How dare you compare, a pop queen, to an entire culture? And that's why it got hot between Big Dog and I.
But Anime Girl explained it very, very well about the hierarchy and the person and the person that takes care of them and all that stuff.
And it is very true what she was making clear.
Are you talking about senpais and kohais?
Yeah, thank you. I could not remember, and I didn't want to butcher the saying, so that's why I just said it generically. But I do remember, and I remember when she was talking about that, saying when you're the top guy, you don't bother yourself. You're making money and your bills are being paid, so you don't bother with it.
No, the kohai looks after the senpai. That's part of being a kohai. That's why the senpai only calls the kohai by the Christian name, whereas the kohai has to refer to the senpai by the surname. It's an honorific. And they are expected to look after their senpai. That's what they're there for. Quite simple.
So, either way. But anyways, we weren't going to comment on that.
Not at all. We already had this conversation. So it is good that we made our points again. So, Alma, I'm sorry, but you're attacking me for standing by it. I did not. As a matter of fact, I questioned it then. And it is what it is. Is it a cover-up? It could be the same cover-up that Big Dog implied with the Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan, and the NBA.
Oh, yeah.
I believe it was along the same lines.
That's one of the few conspiracy theories I'll actually go with.
But it was beyond a conspiracy theory.
Oh yeah.
It has now been pretty much proven to be true. And Big Dog had this theory back then.
Oh yeah.
It was from the very beginning. He says he's not leaving. And Michael Jordan was very famous for having gambling debts.
Anybody who pays $25,000 a hole on a golf course on a Tuesday morning just because has a problem.
And fine, guys, if that's what they're going to do, that's what they're going to do. Yeah. But what sets me off is when people use that term, your boy. What the hell does that mean? Are you trying to establish the moral high ground?
Excuse me.
Sorry, pal. I'm a Jedi. I have the high ground. So,
Jedi.
I mean, come on.
But you're part of the Empire.
A lot of Jedis went to the other side, so it's okay. But anyway. Oh, and Aisha sent me a message in the private chat. She says, what do I have playing on the second screen? It's whatever the videos are showing on MSN. I'm sorry if it's distracting. So I will turn them off right now. Sorry.
You're just lucky he wasn't looking at Star Trek porn.
Actually, Big Dog, that's exactly what it looked like. That's why I asked the question. I thought, what the hell?
So, again, my sister, I love you with all my heart. Both of my sisters, love you with all my heart. But this whole thing of this Dodger player, I've never defended him. And that's what gets under my skin. I never defended him. We live in a world that there are no guide rails anymore. There are no barriers. There are no limit lines. Everything is in play. I still choose not to play that way. I try to judge a player by what they do on the field. And unfortunately, what Pete Rose did was on the field as a manager. He was still involved in baseball. So, but Alma, understand, and you're probably gone already, and because you said signing out. We admired, I don't know if we admired, but Pete Rose, he was a lot of fun to watch. We liked watching Pete Rose. We appreciated everything he did. I thought he was a dirty ball player.
Yep.
Nothing's changed. I always thought he was a dirty ball player.
Yep.
Ray Fosse, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, everyone will allege it was a different game. You know, I was privileged to play high school ball for 4 years. And I also played 3 years semi-pro ball here in Los Angeles. I was one of the luckiest ducks in the world that I had the privilege to play. I gave it my best each and every time. But no one could call me a dirty no one could call me a dirty player. Yet in my day, I was a headhunter. I came in to pitch to get the guys. I never took the initiative. I told you the funniest one was the most obvious one when I took the pitch back and I had it in my glove and I just locked in with the batter. I told you guys that story. And I was right there and I just looked at the batter all the way. I didn't, if the catcher gave me a sign, you know, I never let sight of that batter go. And I threw it up and in. You know, hey, whatever.
Did you hit him?
Yeah. Wasn't that hard. You know, I wasn't afraid. I never went after a player who was smaller than me unless circumstances required it. You know, I know what that means you did it every time. No. I'm 5'11", okay? They were a lot bigger. I would always throw at the guys that were bigger than me because, number one, I wasn't a coward. I'm not going to throw at the Carlos Valens of the world. You know, the guys that are 5'2", 5'3", 5'4".
The Altuves? The Altuves of the world?
But then again, had I played baseball, I would have thrown at Altuve. Oh, God.
We all would have thrown at Altuve. He deserves it. He's an ass.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I think we all would have thrown at Altuve. But.
And twice on Sunday.
Very good. Guys, and gals, I always threw at the guys that were bigger than me. Because they were surprised. Because they're bigger. It's like the big ship doesn't expect to be peppered by the sailing ship. I know that's a military term, but I think Aisha knows what I'm talking about. The bigger you are, the less you expect. And I always threw at the guys that were bigger. The look on their faces when you would throw at them. They're like, you realize I could end your life? I'm like, yeah, no problem. But I have faith in my third baseman and my first baseman. I knew they had my back. And I told you, when I played first base, I had one job. And that was covering my pitchers this side, you know, on the diamond. When you were on third base, you covered that side of the diamond. The Lethal Migraine says, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. And I was talking about that earlier before I did get sidetracked on it.
That's Jesse the Body Ventura.
Yeah. Uh, if I'm a major leaguer, I'm throwing at Judge's legs every at bat. I when I was talking about all the different pitches I threw, folks, I have a moral code. I have a moral compass. But I've admitted if there was something that I could take that would put 9 to 10 miles per hour on my fastball, are you kidding me? Of course I would. So I can lay blame on pitchers and hitters. It's against the rules. But am I using the holier than thou? No. I would have done it myself. So I'm not going to be on the holier than thou attitude. It's just, it's against the rules. It's it. It's done. It says, I have seen that Disney movie. All you have to do is break your arm. Oh my God. Is that the Rookie? That's the Rookie, right? With that kid. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he broke his. That's so fun. Oh my God. There are so many rules violations in that movie. But you know what? It's all right. It's funny. It's a kid's movie. And it appeals to major leaguers as well. Guys, I have to tell you that the player from the Tampa Bay Rays, the 35-year-old coach from that Texas team that threw 90 some miles an hour, the relationship that I had with my father was not unlike the relationship that pitcher had, at least as portrayed in the movie. When he's at the stadium and his father finally shows up to one of his games, I understood that. I made that connection and I was privileged. I was privileged, folks, because I got to play the game. My father would come to school on Fridays to pick me up, to take me home, and he would watch the game. He would always get there early, and he would be there to watch the entire game because he was a baseball fan. My father introduced baseball to me. I introduced baseball to my family. I'm a baseball fan. Yeah, it's a lot more fun being a Yankee fan. But folks, I'm a Dodger fan. I'm an Angel fan. I'm a fan of baseball.
Red
And there
Sox.
are people that don't understand that. Big Dog and I have done that. We've gone to games and we're not cheering for. I mean, who do we cheer for? I guess we cheer for the home team, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, we just did. Because we enjoyed each other's company. We enjoyed being with the crowd. Folks, I know there are people that hate sports. But you know, being at a game, having a hot dog and a soda, the crowd, and watching a sporting event, it's therapeutic. That's what sports used to be. But then people do things, and then you have programs like us that show up. It is what it is. And I know I've gone on for way too long. But that's that's who I am. That's what I am. I love the game. I was privileged to be able to play it for a short while. And I never got into the minor leagues or Major League Baseball. I go to visit my local minor league teams here. And I cheer them on. Do I wish I could have been where they are? Of course. But I was not chosen. Many are called, but few are chosen. I don't harbor animosity or hatred. I admire the player that goes to play. I admire that player that will give his all. I always have. I always will. I will be one of the first ones that will salute anyone publicly, almost any player, except, you guys know that when my sister Rose went to the baseball game with me, and it was in 2021, and we were down in San Diego, GMO, Rose and I went, and something happened where the Padres did something. It was the Phillies and Padres, and I started cheering for the Padres, and she's like, "What are you doing? What are you talking about? Why are you cheering for the Padres?" "Well, Rose, we're visiting San Diego. You always cheer for the home team, unless you're at Boston or San Francisco."
Right. That's right.
And the couple that was in front of us, the lady immediately turned to her left, looked at her husband because she heard what I said, and the guy very loudly says, "Yeah, that's about right." It was funny. It was funny. It was a joke, but I very famously said after the bombing and the Boston Marathon bombings, when Boston came to New York, Sweet Caroline played in the stadium. People were like, "Oh my God, Roger, did you hear?" So what? They played Sweet Caroline with Boston. I said, yes. Unfortunately, Boston has been welcomed into the very sad fraternity of cities of terrorist incidences. Yes, it's base. Life is bigger than baseball, and it is a good thing to celebrate. And when the Yankees played Sweet Caroline, hey, Boston, we know what you're going through. We're with you. And people say, "Yeah, my God, that was the first time Sweet Caroline," and it will be the last time.
Damn
what
right.
A dick, what a dick.
It's like, Boston, we're sorry you have to be part of this group, so we're welcoming you with open arms. But that's it. Get the fuck out.
I had so many people get mad at me when I said that. I'm like, yeah, and never again. It will never play again. So people who hate sports are just people who have never been to a live hockey game yet. That may be very true. It is great going to a hockey game, I'll tell you. I am a proud Giants fan and a wrestling fan. I hope to get money for a... Oh, that does not look good, Speedy.
I hope to get money for a midget wrestling show soon. Up by Anthony. I take it Anthony's a town?
I don't know.
Or did he forget who he's talking to that we don't know, Anthony?
It could be Vato Chat GPT. Crap, I put too much pepper on my eggs. Who can I blame for this? I'm kidding. I have to say it. Otherwise, some people get offended if you don't let them know it's a joke. Yes, Speedy, it is. So, hey, it is what it is, guys. 8:53 a.m. here on Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday morning quarterbacks on Saturday. Folks, everyone who is on this program is passionate for sports. And real-life events come into play. And we prefer to have conversations about them. And they're going to get hot. They're going to get heated. It is what it is. But we walk away after the program ends. We share what we believe. But we are not the ones to first say, "Oh, they suck." It's like, if that's what you're going to say about a team, go somewhere else. Go play with other people. Because if you're going to be... If you're going to be here, you have to come with a more eloquent argument.
All right, I'm sorry.
Boston That's perfect. Damn you. Damn you. That was funny. Speedy now says, "Whoa, somehow the show got put on my Bluetooth. I don't know how that happened."
You turned it on your phone?
There is so much there, La Tortuga, that I cannot say. So
how did you find out, Speedy? Did you try and forward live TV again?
Me thinketh you taketh the proverbial once again, big dog.
Oh my God. Today, Aaron Judge turns 33 years old. Congratulations to him.
Wow.
Also, today the Pope was buried.
Moved.
Yeah.
Oh, was he buried today? I'm sorry. I thought he was just moved.
Well, he was. No, he died on the 21st.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. And he's one of the
forever.
And he's one of the few popes that was not buried at the Vatican, correct? He was buried somewhere else.
Oh, really?
They said he's sealed in like a mausoleum, and with the confessional on either side of him. I saw that last night.
Oh no, I did not pay attention to that part. Oh, okay. Today is Minnesota Wild superstar forward Kirill Kaprizov's 28th birthday. Awesome. I'm going to take a quick look on Facebook and see if we have any other birthdays coming up for this week. So I ask you to bear with me a moment, at least those that are in my universe. I'm going to embarrass them for a moment. Here we go.
While you're looking at that, Raj, just a real quick yes or no answer.
Oh, right. Yeah, right.
So when Marjorie Taylor Greene dies, is there going to be a special place of hell for her? Especially after that comment.
What was the most recent one now?
About the Pope?
See, I don't listen to it. I don't.
All right, I'm going to have to pull it up then.
Oh, yeah, okay. I think I may have heard it, but. Pope Francis said about 3 years ago that hell isn't a real thing. Well, I may have a religious program that I may talk about that on a Sunday night in the future. Who knows? Hey, don't forget, I return on Sunday night for Andor season 2. We're going to be doing a review program. I believe it's at 7 p.m. on Sunday night. But let me see. So, Didi Taki Kanu, happy birthday, young lady. It's today as well. And upcoming is Kimberly and Nolan on April 27th. On May 2nd, Alan Diaz. You know him as Bears fan. So his birthday is coming up. And recently passed, of course, my brother's birthday, the one who passed away last year. His birthday was on the 24th. So I miss him too.
My condolences.
I do miss my brother. And I consider myself fortunate that I had the chance to see him the day he passed away. I had a chance to talk to him. So I will forever have that. And I'm eternally grateful for it.
That's a good thing, Raj.
Yeah. So what were you gonna say right now?
So I'm being nice about this, but Miss Green, her tweet was, today there was major shifts in global leadership. Evil is being defeated by the hand of God. And that was less than 24 hours after the Pope passed. But she's a Christian. She's a Bible-fearing, God-loving Christian.
No such bloody creature.
Exactly.
Yeah, the first one that says, that they're a Bible thumping or whatever, it's the hypocrisy. It's projection.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It doesn't register enough to give it an answer. But by me saying that, I actually gave an answer. So that's why I was like, how do you say that? You don't want to give an answer. But by that, you actually gave an answer. So. After the whole space nonsense, did you see the meme? Katy Perry stepped on a puddle and is now a deep sea diver. That's messed up. I like Katy Perry, folks. They went anyone who knows, they went, to low Earth orbit.
Yeah.
And the whole thing about, the lamest thing was, oh my God, they opened the door before. Dude, you have an escape hatch. You can open the door before. That whole thing about, it's fake because they were supposed to wait to have the door opened. Oh, for the love of God. These are the same jackasses that believe that we've never been on the moon. Whatever. I get it. Go home. Go play with mommy. You live in her basement. Go play with mommy. She's the only one that wants you anyway. Oof. I know it's getting a little tiresome right now, but it is our first day back, and it is what it is. So, how you feeling, big dog?
Tired. I'm a little tired.
Aisha, did you have anything you want to talk about today, folks?
No, I'm fine. I'm listening to what's going on, keeping my eye on a friend of mine just in case they have problems. But other than that, I'm doing fine. Nothing to talk about. Thank you very much.
Well, we had some good conversation in sports today. We will be on again next Saturday, folks. So we ask you to bear with us. There will be a day or two on the calendar. We're getting close. Let's see. When are the leap years?
Next year, isn't it?
It's actually 2028, the years of the Summer Olympics. I can tell you now that I believe, if today is on September 13th, actually it may have passed. I'll have to see. But I was going to say in 2027, we might not be on Saturday morning. But no, I think the calendar moves forward. So it's okay. Matt says, yeah, but Perry said some bad things about being gone in space. Something about she owns the world or something like that. I watched Brett Cooper's video, and it shows a lot. She's cute. She has good music. I don't listen to much else. Katy Perry, she's gorgeous. Forgive me. But I don't listen when they have something to say. They're from Hollywood. They're from, all the. Come on, cut it out. So, there we go. I'm back. I believe. Two held on for a regular purpose. Second hell for morons. There she. There. Yeah, that was good. I appreciate that, Alma. And I appreciate you still being along. So that's what sets me off, guys, is accusing me, especially of saying something that I didn't say. So, but that's what baseball is. That's what football is. That's what hockey is, basketball, and everything else. I wish we could cover High-A-Lie. I wish there was a High-A-Lie league here in LA. I would be writing about it every day.
We'd have to be in Miami for that.
Yeah. So we'll see. All right, folks. We want to thank you, Big Dog. I'm glad you're doing better.
Thank you.
This was very serious what you had. The numbers were scary enough to scare you. I get it, brother. But once again, I tell you, I thank Kathy for reaching out and for letting me know. Because I called you the day you went in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was because of Kathy, because I had no idea.
Actually, it was the day before. It was the day before.
Okay.
Which was even better.
And so I thank her for reaching out to let me know. And I'm glad you're lighter. Hopefully it'll help you in your health and all that stuff. So we'll see. But for Aisha, for Big Dog,
you want to see lighter? Let me bend over.
No more weebles that won't fall down for Big Dog. He ain't a weeble no more.
I do have to admit, and you know what? I lost that quote when I exited. Oh, no, maybe it still was there. What was it? By Lethal Migraine? Jesus, that was a funny line, dude. The comb over. The bald
Oh,
Como. I think I lost that comment when I left. Damn it. But it was good. Thank you, Lethal Migraine. That one was damn funny. To everyone else who visited us, thank you, Matt. Thank you, Patty. Of course, Alma, Rose. Thank you, Gridiron Girl, for being there in the chat room as well. And we appreciate all of your comments and also all the likes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I guess we'll see all of you guys on the other side. There it is. Testicle comb over. Sounds like a good time. Oh, I'm not going to have enough time to write it down right now, so I'm going to take a picture of it. That was funny, Lethal. That was damn funny. It was good. So glad to be back. Glad, Big Dog, you were back as well. And it was fun. Guys, there's a lot of stuff going on in the network. Just bear with us as we get back into it. And Lethal, I have a commitment tonight, so I won't be doing the dating and relationships tonight, but we will be doing Andor, a review of Andor tomorrow. And we have some big guests that are joining us, which is really cool as well. So thank you to everyone who has continued doing the programming, especially my disappearance over the last month, 2 months. Special shout out to Michael Day, who unfortunately became the de facto sheep herder of the Empire in my absence. But it's really good. And we'll see. So I got to hit up Big Dog for a brand new idea I may have. And it may require another 17 years of his life. We'll see. So other than that, oh, there he is. It was horrible. Thank you, Michael. See, brother, I give you praise on air. And it's good. So yep, it's good to see you, Big Dog. And it is. So to everyone else, folks, we appreciate you spend time with us. We thank you. I mean, who are we? And we're just eternally grateful that you guys want to come in and spend some time with us. So we thank you, one and all. And we got some stuff planned over the next year. So stand by. Other than that, Big Dog, take us away.
All right, guys, you have a very safe and fun weekend. Don't drink and drive. If you are going to drink, don't drive. Don't get behind that wheel. Call a friend, call an Uber, call a Lyft. Not sure Roger's still doing it, but you can call Roger if he's local. He'll give you a lift anywhere you want. But anyways, guys, be safe, have fun, and watch all the sports you can. See ya.
Rosalind!
Adios, peeps.
Hey, Roz. Bye, Roz.
Bye, Roz. Hello, Roz. Whatever.
Don't
Roz.
be like Adrian Peterson. All right, guys. And we are out.